Good evening. This is Delta Green. We'll be taking over the Friday slot for the next few weeks. I'm Andy, your handler, and I'm joined by Liz, Tom, John, and Sapakli, who will be the agents for this scenario. So for our viewers, there are three of them, born of the US government in the 1928 raid on the coastal town of Innsmouth, Massachusetts, the current agency known as Delta Green opposes the forces of darkness with honor but without glory. Delta Green agents fight to save humanity from unnatural horrors, often at shattering personal cost. Delta Green ops, at their most basic, focus on three elements: investigate, neutralize the threat, cover it up to maintain the necessary illusion that order covers our haunted world. Delta Green agents work in other professions and were recruited by fellow covert agents who saw in them an ability to adapt to stressful situations and deadly threats. Agents know very little about the organization. They never meet other agents. Um, they meet other agents for the first time at the op. They use alias agent names, last names only, and never keep in touch afterwards. So let's go around and have you, our players, tell us a very little bit about your agent. No backstories, please. That's not what agents do, but maybe describe what they look like. So let's start with Spackley.
Okay, so I guess I don't have a code name set up.
It could just be your let's say that your agent names are your aliases. How about that?
Okay, sounds good.
Great.
So
Mhm.
Gina,
Just last
uh,
names. So
okay, so Herrera.
perfect.
Herrera is a woman of medium height and build, more kind of like on the slim and delicate side. She has black hair and brown skin, and she is wearing her hair in kind of like a big, kind of 90s sort of uh, kind of coif. She has she's wearing like a black uh, pantsuit and with a which is finely tailored to fit her. And she's wearing expensive but subtle jewelry, and wearing red lipstick, and has red lacquered fingernails.
Thanks. Liz, tell us about Agent Kamaroff.
Not gonna lie, I didn't even think of a physical description, but I imagine that they're like somewhat like uh oh god, what is the word? Uh Shit. Gender ambiguous. um and kind of like a little disheveled, but also put together because they are a physician.
Hmm.
Um
So, like being a physician, what does Kamaroff typically carry with her or with them?
well, she would go by she her pronouns, but just
Okay.
like that like ambiguous like are they like a butch lesbian or are they a femme like a femme guy? Um but she would have like a little bit more like not like wearing like a lab coat or anything, but like a nice t-shirt that is like worn, but it's nice, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yes. I mean, also probably like a satchel with medical supplies of some sort, just
Yeah.
like basic stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. John, why don't you tell us about Agent McMurdy?
Sure. McMurdy is a clean shaven, very tall, very muscular individual with graying blonde hair and just a face that you would want to punch. He is probably wearing champion athletic wear. He has a very noticeable holster on the small of his back. And a very large bag when he's first met or wherever he's going to kind of operate in. He has a very large bag. It's a rucksack, and he's probably wearing. Oh God, it's '96, so he's probably wearing. God, what are those douchey shades called?
Oh, those mirrors, Ray-Bans?
Ray-Ban? No, not Ray-Bans. I don't want Ray-Bans. No. They're the ones that are like form
Not
fit.
the wraparound
Yeah, I can't
fades.
remember what they're called though. But those. Is it late '96 or early '90s?
September.
Okay, so yeah,
September.
he's probably got Under Armour on. They just came out. He's probably got something on like that. He looks like a complete. Um, he looks like a complete like bootlicker. Like he looks like a guy who is very much self-invested and very professional, but also kind of assholeish just on the jump. And that's it. That's McMurdy.
Why do
All
all
right.
of your characters look like that?
I chose the guy's
He plays
name
what he
because it
knows.
sounds the coolest. McMurdy. Then he said it's McMurtry, and I'm like, no, it's McMurdy. That's what you wrote in the
Which
first
is
chat.
fine.
Keep it.
That's fine.
It's good.
Tom, tell us about Agent Palmer.
Agent Palmer is dressed in like somewhere between business casual and ready to go for a hike kind of wear. And I'm not doing this on purpose. It's just literally what the stock photo for this character looks like. They're very Andy coded. So if you need to know what they look like, it's basically Andy with shorter hair and no glasses. He is normally carrying a backpack and a small briefcase.
Wait,
Okay.
It's over here for me. I forgot the camera's not flipped.
So the date is Friday, September 13th, 1996. You've each been called to a Delta Green briefing at the FBI field office in Knoxville, Tennessee. You arrive and gather together in a meeting room, and you're met by an agent. He is tall and lean with deep set eyes and a craggy scowl. He says, I'm Special Agent Jim Derringer. Let's begin this way. And he takes out a video cassette and he puts it in a VCR on a stand with a 21-inch TV, and he pops it in. On the set, there's blurry black and white picture, and on it appears a young man approaching a gas station's counter looking agitated. He says something with a pained look on his face. There's no audio. And the cashier stares back at him blankly. The man lashes out and strikes the cashier on the side of the head with his fist. The cashier's skull collapses and his head is torn right off his shoulders by the force of the blow. The head drops onto the counter as the headless corpse staggers for a moment, blood gouting from the neck stump. The young man takes a step back with a look of shock as the cashier's hands go up and twitch spastically before the body collapses on the floor. The young man then hits some keys on the cash register until the drawer pops open. He grabs all the bills in the register. He turns and runs off screen, returns moments later carrying a handful of pill bottles, and then runs off screen again, not to return. So Derringer says to you, let me start at the beginning. On Monday, you might want to take notes. On Monday, September 2nd, Billy Ray Spivey vanished from his parents' home. 2 days later, on Wednesday, September 4th, Billy Ray returned dazed and with no knowledge of what happened. He was ill and said he was in great pain. He had a tremendous appetite. His parents took him to see the doctor. Oh, by the way, he's 18 years old. His parents took him to see the doctor and couldn't find any source of his discomfort. And strangely, in the course of the examination, determined through talking with Billy that he no longer seems to have bowel movements or the need to urinate. On Friday, September 6th, Billy Ray went into a fit when his father tried to calm him down. Billy Ray punched a hole through his father's chest. He ran from the house down the road. Later in Groversville, he robbed the Sinclair Gas and Go of $65 and packages of aspirin. He took the cashier's car and sped off down Highway 135. The cashier said Spivey had no gun but demolished the counter with his bare hands. The next day, on Saturday, September 7th, Spivey fled. It was later determined that he left Tennessee and robbed 6 gas stations in Georgia and Alabama. He took food, money, and painkillers each time. Those who saw him said he was out of control. Finally, on Thursday, the 12th, at a roadblock in Georgia, an FBI agent and 4 state troopers took him down after he bent a trooper's riot gun in half. It took 4 bullets to drop him. He was taken in, drugged, and put under heavy guard. He is in an interrogation room next door. On Thursday, the 12th, Spivey was examined. Analysis showed that his arms and legs have been entirely replaced with a strange tissue that mimics human muscle but possesses non-human characteristics. He possesses tremendous strength, but his skeletal structure is unchanged. In other words, like if he's strong enough to lift up a car, but if he held it for any more than a few moments, his bones would break. Further examination found evidence of extensive surgery revealed by scars all over his arms and legs that are not visible to the naked eye. The incisions seem to have been closed with the same non-human material as the replaced muscle tissue. And then Derringer says, and so this is when I knew this had to be a Delta Green op. He says, the implications of the biotechnology that are part of Spivey's body are staggering, and you need to find out what's behind it before word gets out and causes a mass panic. You can question Spivey next door if you like to.
I think I'll just watch from a distance.
So Derringer says, well, he is shackled to a chair, and there are 3 armed FBI agents making sure he doesn't get free.
Yeah, but didn't he punch through some stuff and bend some rifles already? I mean, I'm just,
It sounds like it took 4 of
more of
them
a
this
watcher.
time.
The video footage here, this was the initial gas station, or was this further down the road in Georgia?
Further down the road. I'm sorry, the video footage was from the in Alabama.
In Alabama, okay, on the way.
Can you remind us what states he's traveled through?
Sure. So he left Tennessee, where he robbed the Sinclair Gas and Go. He fled to Georgia and Alabama, where he was finally captured. No, I'm sorry. He fled to Alabama and then to Georgia, where he was finally captured.
Yeah, it's again, I'm not terribly familiar with the South either, but there you go.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yep. So this one was in Alabama. The initiating gas station robbery. He didn't harm anybody, but he broke physical
Mhm.
property as
Yep.
this
Mhm.
individual here, who I've never met and I'm only meeting for the first time, reminded us. Then stole a car. Okay. And then robbed places of money and pain pills.
Food and painkillers.
Mm.
So they're in
Yep.
pain.
So,
Well, their muscle tissue is too strong for their bone tissue, or the muscle replacement.
Yeah.
so Spivey reported to be in great pain and had a tremendous appetite.
Gotta wonder where all that food's going if it's not coming back out of him.
This is my first operation with Delta Green. I'm curious. Our goal is to figure out what's going on with him, because in that respect, I don't think my expertise is going to provide much, except for maybe being the fourth to your needing 4 people to put this guy down again. If
What's your expertise?
a lot of that, putting people down,
Oh, putting people down. I see.
right? But if this is something that are we investigating him specifically, or are we trying to find out what he recalls so we can track down what was happening or what happened to him in the initiating went missing or ran away from home situation?
So Spivey is in custody and not expected to gain his freedom anytime soon. There are plans to send him to a larger FBI facility in DC.
Of course.
Your job is to investigate. Well, here's your cover. Investigate a fictitious drug ring connected to Spivey and find out what's going on. Specifically with the situation with this strange tissue and what has happened to Spivey himself. So again, a Delta Green op, investigate, neutralize whatever thing is causing this occurrence, and then find a way to cover it up.
Could we get the transcripts of the interviews with his parent, his mother, I guess? His father's dead now.
Well, I suggest that you, when you're down in Groversville, you interview them yourselves. That's probably for the best.
Sure, less paperwork. I assume we're not trying to keep too much of a trail with this type of operation. Understandable.
Sure. So, FBI agents would be appropriate for this kind of a crime, in the sense that Spivey crossed state lines
Right.
on his spree. So, if the cover is that he was drugged out and acting whatever in this kind of way as a result of that, you could possibly you'd go there for investigating potential drug ring that he might have been a part of. That's your cover, but you know why you're really going.
Sounds like some fucked up steroids to me.
We'll say it's a heroin chic or some club drugs or something. I understand the nature of covering stuff up. Great. So has inquiry already been made to the boy? Has he already been questioned by FBI operators, or were they waiting for us to come in?
So he's been heavily drugged, and that's to help prevent his escape. Um, Limited amounts of information have been gotten from him, and the guards in the room do not understand this to be a Delta Green op.
They're out of the picture. They just okay. Understand. Well,
Doesn't that put their lives in danger?
Well, I mean, that's their job. They know what they signed up for.
McMurdy will kind of look at Herrera, kind of like confused.
Wait. Wait. Oh, I don't know if I missed something. You said that the guards don't know that this is a Delta Green situation.
Right.
Right. The guards think that this is a person who has crossed state lines to commit some robberies and is dangerous and took a number of other, and was difficult to take down.
And just abnormally strong.
They didn't
So
know I was
that, yeah, I mean,
superhuman.
it does put their lives in danger. I mean, I don't think Herrera said anything like
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
crazy. I
Above the
mean,
table, McMurdy's giving you a look like, again, we're here because this is like a very secret kind of operation, obviously. So McMurdy's kind of looking at you from like a militaristic kind of background, like, it's the 90s. My mentality is like, I'm not gonna, worry about things that other people don't want to get out, and the less people who know what's going on, the better. Their lives would be in danger if they knew or not.
I think the subtext, maybe, you know what? Maybe the subtext, maybe I'm being too subtle. So I would say, wouldn't that put their lives in danger and him at risk of escape if the guards are not appropriately prepared to deal with him?
And Derringer would say, we're confident that they know what they're doing.
McMurdy will not have looked if that was the comment that was made, because that's actually sound logic.
So does that mean we're interviewing him in his groggy state, or do we not have access? I mean,
You
he's
do have
next door.
access. You do have access. That's why he's there.
So I imagine you're staying behind in the back. Should look to. I'm sorry, Tom. What's your character's name?
Palmer.
Palmer. You'll be in the back, I guess. And Liz, what's your character's name?
Camera.
Cameron.
Camaroff.
Camaroth. Okay. And my character would look at you and give you the "Hey, sister" or "sisters" look. And then would, I think, like, move towards McMurdy. McMurdy?
Yeah.
To kind of like walk beside you towards the interview room, or the,
Sure.
if that's where we're headed.
If we did we come here from like a hotel or something, or did we just come here right away? Like, were we dropped off here from like the airport?
You were called. So it's likely that you would have either flown in or drove in the night before. It's the kind of thing where you quick drop your situation and get there as fast as you can.
So then, yeah, I've got the bag. I'm gonna zip it open and get out my MP5 and just kind of sling that over my shoulder. Go and check the guards and see what their armaments are. Probably like ARs, right? And just kind of like give them a nod. And I'll kind of stay close with Herrera in that process, just kind of checking the environment as well and seeing, like, if there's any details that matter. Obviously, he's going to try and spy them out. That would be situationally important for interrogating a possibly psychotic and superhuman person.
So I guess he'll be bad cop and I'll be good cop if it comes to that. But it doesn't sound like he's particularly receptive to that.
McMurdy will kind of give Palmer a glare and says, "I ain't no fucking cop." And then,
For the record, neither am I.
And then he'll kind of turn. But he protests.
Herrera's like,
The boys are fighting.
So agents, Spivey, Billy Ray is this way.
I'll follow the lead.
I will take the back position.
Are you all going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So entering the interrogation room where Billy Ray Spivey is held, you see an ordinary young man dressed in sneakers, blue jeans, and a metallic t-shirt. He looks dazed. If you have a Hume interest or medicine score at 20% or higher, and I know that Liz does.
I do as well.
And you do too, right?
Mm.
Yep. You can tell that he's heavily drugged, and he's bound to a chair with an assemblage of.
My medicine Is it
Is it-
0%?
The
But
number
No, it
on the
should be
right.
so it is. Oh, okay.
90,
So the
90%.
90.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you definitely see that he's been heavily drugged, and you can probably tell the drugs that have been used, although I couldn't tell you
Oh,
what they are.
sorry.
So he's bound to a chair, braces, and wraps. There are 3 FBI agents, again, non-Delta Green. They stand guard with M16 assault rifles. So you know that they likely have orders to shoot if Spivey does anything to break his bonds.
Mhm.
I'll say that based on the what we were received in the prelude, I'm going to go pretty much silent. My character is just there for intimidation purposes, but I am going to train the MP5 on his kneecap and hold it there. So the second that he becomes irate or starts moving, I'm going to shoot it out, because what they described was a creature or an entity that has normal human bones, and if it don't have a fucking kneecap, it's probably not going to run at me. So that's McMurdy's logic, and that's it. He's locked in, trained on the guy.
Not everyone at once.
Palmer,
Table is
Palmer will
yours.
look at the other 2 remaining individuals since he's staying back.
Andy, I don't know if my numbers look right.
Your numbers look right. What are we talking about?
I mean, maybe they do. Maybe I'm just
I
like,
haven't messed with your sheet. You did your own sheet, right?
yeah. Okay, maybe I'm just brain dead.
Okay. I doubt that you're brain dead, but it looks like you've got the right things. If you're a forensic accountant, you have
That's right.
60 in forensics, for example. That makes a lot of sense to me. You'll have
Yeah.
40 in computer science, 40 in bureaucracy. That all
That
tracks.
looks good. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
makes sense to me.
So he's looking really like out of it right now, right? But
Yep.
otherwise, like his body looks normal.
Yes.
Okay. And he's like lethargic.
Yep.
Okay.
His head's kind of lolling a little bit.
Do we know if he's been like sedated, kind of?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been heavily sedated.
Billy?
Mhm.
Billy Ray?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You've had a hard journey, haven't you?
Yes, ma'am. It hurts.
What happened to you, Billy Ray, to make you hurt this way?
I mean, I don't all remember. Uh, they say I did all the robins, but I don't remember. I was just so hungry and it just hurt.
Do you just
Well,
hurt all over?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
um, who could tell us more about what happened to you, Billy Ray?
Uh, I mean, I remember um, I went to visit my girl Janie, and then I went to visit my girl Janie, and then they said I didn't come back for 2 days, but that don't make no sense. I don't remember any of that.
Son, how long have you known Janie? How long have you been together?
Oh, we've been together for a while now.
Everything been good?
Oh, yeah, I love that girl.
She anything? She been getting into any trouble with anybody that might take it out on you?
Trouble? No,
Yeah, you know. I
no,
mean, I know kids these days. There's all kinds of trouble going on out there. LSD, all kinds of awful
oh,
things.
no. We don't do any of that stuff. That'll kill you. I mean, yeah, we drink beers, and we smoke a little weed, but I mean, that all the kids do that.
Did you guys do any of that night?
I mean, uh, I was at Jane's house. We don't do it much there. I mean, all the kids they tend to go up to the reservoir and do smoking and drinking.
There been anybody else in the neighborhood that wandered off, went missing for a little while, or just you?
I can't recall, sir, ma'am, sir. He's confused.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm sure all seven of us in the room look pretty much the same.
Do you have anything to eat? I'm so hungry. They don't give me much food.
I, I got a candy bar that I was saving in my briefcase for a little later, but I mean, it would really be helpful if you could remember just anything, even if it's just something, some sort of vague sense, like a sound, a smell,
Mm.
anything at all from those 2 days.
I mean, I'd really like that candy bar, mister, but I can't remember nothing about those 2 days.
All right, that's all right, son. Here, uh, Palmer will like crack open their briefcase and pull out a legally a distinct Snickers bar in case we're gonna get in trouble for not being sponsored, and unwrap it and hold it up to the kid's
Yeah, I
mouth.
mean, he would just take it and eat it in like two bites. Yeah, there's chocolate on his lips. Yeah.
What why'd you rob those gas stations, kid? What made you do it?
I just, I just was in so much pain and so hungry. Aspirin wasn't doing anything.
And you didn't go to the hospital?
No, no, ma'am.
What stopped
I
you?
was afraid. Then he becomes quiet.
What are you afraid of?
She sort of whispers what I did.
To your
To your
dad.
dad. Jake's Yumi Coke.
What did you say, Liz?
To your dad.
You say that out loud, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he kind of seems like he sort of slumps over and shuts down.
I understand you feel guilty, but it seems clear that you were not in your right mind when it happened. We're just trying to figure out what's going on with you and making sure that no one else gets into whatever drugs or what have you that you ended up getting into.
That's him right now.
Says, I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't
This
want to
is
talk no
him
more.
later.
Minus a kneecap.
Yeah, he doesn't even seem to notice the gun at his knee, by the way.
Oh no, it's not okay. I want to make sure it's clear. Like I'm not like trained on him like crazy. Like I'm just idly holding it aimed at the kneecap. I look casual, but the second anything happens, it's just and
Yeah,
then
yeah. Yeah. Because he goes, I'm tired. I don't talk no more.
Well, if you happen to remember anything, please let someone know. We just don't want anything to happen to anyone else.
Palmer will sigh and go for the door.
Derringer would motion you back into the office when you're finished.
McMurdy would say, "Hey, one last question, Sleepyhead. Your girlfriend, you got her address?"
Yeah, I know where Janie live.
How about you tell
And then
these
he
nice ladies?
he would give the address. Yeah.
Thanks so much. And I'll wait until everybody else exits before I leave.
Right, back to the other room.
And so when you're gathered back together, Derringer says, "Any other questions?"
I guess how quick can we go to see his girlfriend?
So Derringer would give you the location of Groversville, and he would give you a map of the area, which I'll provide you in a moment. So you have the address. You would also have the address of Spivey's parents, so Billy Ray's parents, Angel, and now the
Parent.
deceased dad, Rich. Yep. Yep. He would say, "There's a green box at a storage facility about 40 minutes outside of Knoxville on the way to Groversville." And
Can
as
you
Delta
repeat
Green,
that? There's
there's
a
a
what?
green box. And then as Delta Green agents, you know that green box is basically a storage box with some materials that you might find helpful for your op. And he gives you the storage location of the facility, the locker number, and a key.
So,
And he says, so again, your cover is you're investigating a drug ring that Spivey might have been a part of. You're finding out what's going on with this biotechnology that we found in his body, and you're trying to cover it up to avoid mass hysteria.
I
We'll be in
assume,
touch if you need to.
yeah, and I'll remind him that I've got a star tack on person, so if he wants to call us on the field, yeah.
Nice.
It's the first flip phone. It's so cool. And I work for a security firm, so I'd probably have that shit.
Mhm.
And then I would say to him, I think we might have more questions for this individual. Look into the other operators or the other agents. If he does become more receptive to discourse, just give us a call. We'll try and swing back around this way.
Well, he's going to be transferred out to Washington soon. We just
Oh.
wanted to keep him here until you saw him.
Okay. Well, if before
He'll
then,
be mhm,
no problem.
sure.
If
Yeah,
not,
he'll be studied further there.
for sure. So, parent or girlfriend?
I mean,
So why
sounds
don't
like
you just probably stop at the green box on the way.
Yeah, green box
Let
first.
me show you. Let's see.
Right now, so can we say like right now we're like, are we driving together in a car?
I got a rental.
What? Or are we each driving in our own cars?
I mean, I got an
Uh,
Oldsmobile. It's got enough room for everybody. Air conditioner.
it's probably going to be more comfortable than my van.
So, folks, here is the briefing, so you could have it for your reference.
Van
Thank
could be useful
you.
though if we need to carry stuff. You got like one of those long vans, or is it what like one of those new minivans?
a short van.
I saw half of that. So I'm assuming short. He'll nod. Okay.
We got the short van.
Probably isn't going to be too much
Short
different
van
than the
bus.
trunk.
And then here are a couple of maps of Groversville that you might find helpful.
I knew the reservoir was going to be on that motherfucking map.
Aaron says the only place to stay in town is at Merle's Shut Eye.
Doesn't sound creepy at all. Should be great.
He is a bigwig around town. He also owns the Country Bunker, which sells food and alcohol.
In the auto body.
Aurora makes his face.
Sounds like Merlesville.
Oh man, I love small town churches.
McBurdy does the Born Identity thing where he's basically just memorizing the map and like kind of figuring it out. Obviously, I'm not that guy, but and he probably isn't either. He's just trying to look cool.
To see if he does the Born Identity thing and killing somebody with a newspaper.
Yeah, he goes back into the room and murders that 18-year-old murderer and killer. Remind the audience of that, okay? Jeez. That way I seem like a hero.
Something cop.
God damn it! Where he flips a lid.
Oh, there's so many things here that I'm already suspicious of.
Yeah, same.
Family Video.
But this isn't cult, so I can't be too suspicious of the western side of the town.
The
church. I'm like, that's a lot of churches for a small town like this.
Yeah, all the churches and a Family Video sounds like somewhere we know, John.
Fighting? Are they fighting? Are those churches fighting?
I mean, if there was going to be a place that would know how to do, let's say, back alley surgery, I think the taxidermy place might be a good bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are just a few more bits of information that you would glean. There's like a little dossier. So Groversville is the county seat of Grover County in central Tennessee. Groversville is mostly agricultural, has a population of 1,200 people about. Recently, it's come into the regional news because it's a hotbed of UFO sightings. Residents claim seeing strange lights for several months.
Yeah. My brain is thinking that he did go see his girlfriend and something happened when he was out with her.
Yeah. Maybe they went up to that reservoir.
Yeah. Well,
but either way, she was the last one to see him.
Her recollection will probably be better than his, since he's currently sedated and, post rampage across the state lines.
And hasn't taken like 12 bottles of Advil or whatever.
Yeah. And a woman, so probably smarter there too. Anyway, Oldsmobile, van, you ladies got cars?
I didn't bring mine.
Taxied in.
I probably have a car, but as a player, I don't know anything or care about cars, so
Oldsmobile it is.
It's like a car. Okay.
All right. So he'll throw his MP5 back in the bag, zip it up, and then go to the car. Throw his stuff in the back. If you guys have your bags, there's plenty of space in the back of a Oldsmobile.
Okay.
I had one of those.
He's got one of those
They're
like
pretty big.
spirally little cables that connects to the cigarette lighter that he attaches, like it's like the big prong thing, and shoves his phone on that bad boy. Got the phone charger for his StarTAC.
I can't decide if Herrera smokes Virginia Slims or Marlboro.
Probably Virginia's.
Probably Virginia's.
If you kind of like make a move like you're going to do that before we start going, you'll see McMurray go, if you don't mind, can you maybe smoke outside of the vehicle? Sorry.
In 1996?
It's a rental. I just, have you ever seen that movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? It's like my worst nightmare. Well, basically, these two comedians, Steve Martin and the John Candy, I can't remember.
Herrera is checked out.
So like they drove cross country and cigarette got flicked into the back, burned the whole car up, trucks were involved.
I got important books and papers back there. So yeah, but that is a great movie, right? Like
it is. It's just that that specific that
part's not so
the rental car situation.
While they're broing out, while you two are broing out, I very, very quietly like kind of bump against
Camera.
Camera off.
Such good
Kamarov.
friends.
Sisters.
No, Kamarov, and go. You got a girlfriend?
Actually, husband. I get that
Oh.
a lot.
Awkward. Herrera looks awkward as fuck, but also you're still clocked.
Meanwhile, Palmer and
She's
McBurney
probably
keep talking
a little
about the movie.
gay, but she has 2 sons according to the sheet, so
Hey, gay people have sons.
it's true. I've known several professors who have had full straight marriages, children, and then they're like, that was a mistake this whole time.
Especially during the 90s.
Yeah.
Live and learn.
So McMurray waits for you to smoke your cigarette.
Oh yeah. So while you two are like,
that's
burrowing out about that, we have, I smoke a quick cigarette and then get in the car or whatever.
Yep, and we'll drive off to the Green Box, I believe is this location we wanted to go. Is that where everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So it's about 40 minutes outside of Knoxville on the way to Groversville.
Who shot
So-
them?
I mean, if we were blabbering about the movie while they were out there smoking, I guess Palmer would be up front with you.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to
Y'all are
navigate.
different.
You know what? That's good.
All right.
I've had to navigate teams to remote sites before. It's fine.
So
Pull out the giant fucking map, like covering half of the windshield in front of me. Trying.
I love how we're turning this into a Chevy Chase film.
Oh, God.
Sorry, go ahead.
So when you arrive at the store for less, it's an old beaten up facility. You find the number that was given to you and you use the key. And inside there is in fact a green metal box, which is not locked. But inside of it, you find the following. You find 3 light pistols. They're Walther PPKs, and 1 heavy pistol, a 357 Magnum. You find 1 double-barrel slug shotgun. You find 6 sticks of dynamite wrapped up with a timer. And a bottle of whiskey with a note that says, replace after op, exclamation point.
That's optimistic.
Is it a cheap bottle?
No, it's a good bottle.
Murdy will try to avoid it.
Is it
So once again-
clockable that you're like trying to avoid it?
I'm gonna say it's you are actually like a psychiatrist or psychologist, right?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm like trained. I'm somewhat trained in human behavior in my criminal.
I would say no. I'm sure that Tell's already been kind of driven away by his behavioral health stuff, so he's probably not gonna. It's probably more of like a just a push aside, kind of like I don't give a shit about this, as I start to collect
Okay.
the other stuff that seems to be more important to him.
Cool.
So in terms of your sheet, I will just show you this real quick. So I mentioned that there's 3 light pistols, 1 heavy pistol, 1 double barrel shotgun. So you could decide how you want to distribute those and then just put it on your sheet.
I'll take a light pistol if nobody minds.
I can't shoot for shit, so I guess I'll take a light pistol and hope for the best.
If you can't shoot, don't take the pistol. Take the shotgun. Pistols require a bit of skill. Shotgun,
You look like the expert. I'll trust you.
You just point and pull.
You notice that Herrera seems to have some like skill in like checking and setting up the pistol or whatever.
And I'm assuming that's clockable. Wink.
It is.
Yeah, you'll actually kind of get like a smile from McMurdy. Muted, Elizabeth.
Sorry, I'll take a heavy one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. How do I get that on there?
Let's see. That's
Oh, I
a
see.
great question. You
Wait.
got it?
Maybe.
Under weapons,
Mm-hmm.
you can just edit the sheet. Click, you can edit the sheet with the cog and add. I see that Sapaclia's already got one on there. Nice.
Yeah, there's a plus on the right side, right below.
Yeah. The cog is for editing the full sheet.
Yes. Okay, so do I have right that Palmer, are you taking the shotgun?
Sure.
Taking this inside of
Okay.
residences and stuff's probably going to be a problem, though. You might as well take the light pistol, put it in your pocket. It's fine.
That's
Just
a good
more
call.
for your own personal comfort, and threatening people probably won't hit a damn thing.
It'll be
What
loud.
What about McMurdy? What is McMurdy taking?
I don't need their garbage.
What about the explosives?
I guess I'll put those in the back. I'll put them in the trunk. Handle with care. I'm not terribly great with dynamite, but I assume he kind of has an idea of don't take it out of the box because it's definitely an explosive.
So as a special operator, McMurdy doesn't have
I'm assuming
demolitions?
like a line of work as a security operator, it doesn't come into my line of work that I'm going to be blowing stuff up with dynamite very often.
You have 40% demolitions.
Yeah, I
so
understand like how it goes and like how it works,
yeah.
but like I'm not like gung ho about having explosives.
Now we really can't smoke in the car.
So cannot. It would be just like planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh my god.
Okay. Where do you go?
Should we split up?
Well,
I mean, if
We're at the green box.
Yeah. We've got Janie to meet and Mom to meet.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like splitting up's a great idea when whatever they did to that kid let them take down 3 or 4 people.
do you have cell phones? Sorry,
What now?
terminology.
What is that?
96. Do you have cellular phones? I don't think we
For
should
what
split
now?
up if I'm the only person who's got one of these.
I don't have one.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
it's a phone that you can use without being attached to a landline.
The way
They're really
cultures
expensive.
evolve is wild.
Yeah, and then they have them in the bags that you put in your car and the cigarette lighter.
Oh, we have more?
No, that's another option as well.
Oh,
That
Yeah.
seems dangerous to have around for some reason. I can't quite explain why.
Yeah.
radiation. Yeah, it just shoots
Yeah.
right into your brain.
Could be, yes.
The radio waves.
hmm
Well,
Well-
together then. I guess we want to try Janie's house first.
I think that's smart.
Okay, so Jane Allen. Allen is her last name. Her family lives a couple of miles from the Spivey farm. So it's a fairly small place, set on a fairly big plot of land, not a new house. Okay, so what do you do?
Pull up.
Set the house
Knock,
on
knock,
fire.
knock. No, not yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just kidding.
Damn,
Just
it's
getting
doing
ready.
John's job.
I was proud of you for a second, and now not so much. They said to cover it up. Ran away.
Yeah,
with
that's
our
Oh
the end.
man, where the
town.
fuck is Brent? We're about to burn down a whole
Whole
motherfucking town.
I know, right?
Well, if it was in there,
That doesn't seem like covering it up.
it does.
Look, in 2025, I ain't heard nothing about a Groversville. It must have been wiped off the map.
There you go.
No. What we're
That logic
planning,
tracks.
you would have heard of Groversville, so we obviously didn't do it. Okay.
It was a coal fire. It's fine. There was a coal mine under the town, and it just spontaneously burned.
And then the next series of Delta Green is Silent Hill. So,
Oh, see, there
I
it
see you,
goes.
Tom, setting up for the next beat always.
I'm gonna let somebody else that looks a little more official take lead since I look like I'm about to go play golf.
I can.
Knock, knock.
Okay.
Okay, so Kamarov knocks on the door. You hear from eventually behind the door, just wait a second, wait a minute, and there's some rumbling, there's some shuffling. Sounds like something's knocked over, and eventually the door is opened, and you're met by a disheveled-looking middle-aged woman.
Hi, Miss Allen. Sorry to disturb you.
Who are you there, miss?
Name's Kamarov. I was wondering if Janie was here.
Kamarov? I don't know if she knows any Kamarov.
I'm here a little bit on an investigation about a Billy Ray.
Are you with the police?
Yeah.
Do I have any sort of like identification?
Yeah,
Like,
you're
table? Okay.
yeah, you're like an FBI affiliated agent, so you'd all have
Okay.
IDs.
Yeah. Not police per se. She'll take out her badge and show it to her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, come on in.
She'll go in.
Same.
Yep.
These are the other agents.
Well,
Word
some
again.
people might
Introduce-
call us colleagues.
Colleagues.
Yeah, you can call me Nancy. What were your questions again?
We're hoping to talk to Janie about anything she might know about Billy during the time that or right before he kind of went missing.
Yeah, I don't know. Janie, she's not here. Sometimes she run off for a little bit. I'm not too worried about her though.
Do you know where she runs off to?
I don't know. I know sometimes she spends time with Billy Ray, and he's sometimes here, but I haven't seen her for a little bit, for a couple days.
Mrs. Allen, do you know what happened with Billy Ray?
No. What do you mean?
Is this a? Can I do like a human int
let's-
roll to see if she's
So let us see what's going on here. Let's see. So Liz,
Mm-hmm.
there is no role needed because of your medical expertise. You can just sort of clock that she seems a little off, almost like she might be taking some sedatives or something like that.
Mm.
And then, Tom, you wanted to suss out something different?
I wanted to see if it seemed like she did know where Janie was, or that Janie was somewhere in the house off of the. Because she
Got
didn't
it.
explicitly
Like,
say like
hiding.
she wasn't here when we knocked on the door and asked.
Yeah.
Right,
It wasn't
right.
until
So you
after.
can do a human intelligence roll.
Success.
Yeah, that's a good roll. Very good roll. So you think that you seem pretty confident that she's not trying to deceive you.
She's
Mrs.
just kind
Allen,
of like out of it.
She's not trying, she's succeeding.
Mrs. Allen, you don't know that Billy Ray went missing and killed his pa.
What? No, I don't. I don't get out much. Uh, wait, Billy Ray?
We think that he might have gotten into some sort of drugs or something.
That
We're
can't
just
be
making
right.
sure to keep things, the community safe. They're putting things in everything.
No, that can't be right. Billy Ray, he's a good boy. He's here a lot with Janie. I mean,
That's
yeah. So
why
they,
we're looking into it.
I mean, they
They'll put
drink
drugs
some.
in cigarettes these days.
Still drink some, you
What?
said, ma'am?
I mean, yeah. I mean, she have some beers down at the reservoir with the other kids, but that's normal.
When's the last time she was here?
I don't know. A couple days ago, and I didn't really bother to keep track.
Ma'am, I don't mean this to sound rude, but I'm under the impression that you might be prescribed medications for ailments. Is that the case?
Uh, no, no,
No?
no.
Human perception her. Tell me if she's lying.
Do a roll.
No, not me. I don't do it.
Oh,
No, I just asked the question. I go, well, I apologize. But like, my guy's not reading into it.
Yeah, you're not prescribed them, but do you still get them?
so I'm gonna allow you to use your previous roll to answer for this too, since you're sort of sussing out what's going on with her. No, she's not lying, and no, it doesn't seem like that at all.
So she seems like she's under medicative like processes. Like she looks like she's medicated, but she doesn't have prescriptions. Is that? I'm sorry, my brain's did you? He did say
So
that she seemed medicated, right?
so
She seems
lit
out of it.
Out just
camera
out
off.
of it.
Camera
Yeah.
off. It sounds like she could be under the influence of a sedative. That's what camera off the doctor would kind of suspect
Got it. I
based on her
didn't know that.
behavior. And then when Palmer tried to use her affect and interaction to figure out what's going on, she's not being deceitful. And when she's saying that she's not using
Got it.
either prescription or illicit narcotics,
I guess I
makes
crossed.
sense.
I crossed a bit. I shouldn't have that information. I haven't asked her about it. Sorry, that's my bad.
I mean, she does definitely seem out of it. Just
Okay.
from
So then, yeah, I guess I would have just.
It's pretty obvious
Yeah.
that she's this is a little bit out of it. Yeah.
So then, yeah, I probably would have still asked that line of questioning. When she said no, I'd just be like, "Okay, sorry, ma'am, I didn't mean to assume."
Andy, you said the house was small?
Yep.
Miss Allen, could I use your little girl's room? I'm afraid I had too much coffee on the right here.
hmm Yeah. It's right around this way, and she points around the corner.
So I hope that you three, Three Stooges, can keep her entertained while I snoop. So I kind of head towards the bathroom, but if I clock like like a room, a door that seems like a teenager's room, I want to like.
Or the medicine cabinet.
So down the hall, you see stairs.
Why are y'all like
staircase that goes up.
interrogating this old lady's like? Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Down
Maybe
the
they're
hall,
stealing from her.
by the kitchen, there's a stairway that leads up.
Oh God, it's probably noisy.
So it's a small 2-story house.
Okay, I will try to go up stealthily.
Okay. That's fine.
Do you want me to roll or no?
No.
Oh, okay,
I do
cool.
not.
Oh yeah, she's high out
She's
of her
sitting
board.
in.
Right.
Still has a
So
great.
upstairs there are it looks like there are 3 bedrooms, 1 master bedroom and 2 smaller bedrooms.
Okay, well I check around for the smaller bedroom that seems like
Yep.
it belongs
And
to
you
Team.
see one that's, that's got typical sort of posters, some like rock, like Metallica and stuff like that, Def Leppard, whatever. Yep, and which you suspect is Jane's.
James?
Jane's room, right? Janie?
Oh, it's James. Okay.
Weren't you looking for
Janie.
Yeah.
Janie's
Can
bedroom?
can I use my forensics skill to see if there's anything that might be a clue in here?
Can you see if you could use your forensic skill to see if anything a clue? Sure. Go for
Okay.
it.
Well, I'm a fucking failure.
That's okay because it doesn't take much searching to see the the flower covered journal on her white desk with the pink chair.
Wait, white
Read,
desk with a
read
wait,
the
can you
girl's
repeat-
journal, Joe.
Oh, there's a journal. I'm just gonna slip it into my purse.
Okay.
And I'll head back.
Sure. Let's cut back to the others that are with Nancy, Janie's mom.
Nancy, forgive me. I'm sure you've answered these questions what probably feels like 100 times now, and I know you mentioned the kids go to drink up at the reservoir. There been any other trouble in the town? Any other kids getting into trouble, or just the drinking?
Oh, it's just normal kid stuff. There's nothing worrisome about it.
Nobody else has gone missing. Just Billy Ray for those couple days.
I mean, not that I know of. Again, I don't really get out much. And
I understand.
yeah,
I spend a lot of time
Janie's
locked in my office.
yeah, Janie's dad is he works a lot, so he ain't home that much.
Where
That's
does he
got to be
work?
tough on you and her.
I'm sorry.
That's got to be tough on you and her. What does he
Oh, it's
do?
all right. We're used to it. It's no big deal. He's important. He's one of the aldermen in town.
Mm, mm. He's not Merle, is he?
No, not Merle. I wish he were Merle. Merle's own half the town.
Yeah, I was joking on the way here. I figured this would have gotten renamed to Merlesville with the way all those buildings have that guy's name on them.
You're funny. That's
Writes
the
a
first time
notebook.
I heard that joke.
Nancy wants to fuck Merle. What's the
They were
dad's
high
name?
school sweethearts.
Mm-hmm. Juicy.
Yeah. What's her dad's name?
Ross.
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 That's a very 90s name.
Mm.
Not like I pulled it from Friends or anything.
Did you?
Can't wait. We're gonna.
Used to be the
It's
perfect.
just now. I just made it up.
That's disturbing.
I'll go ahead and
Hilarious.
just not write that down since it's not important.
Wow. Well, yeah, but now you have to give us NPCs all named after all the characters.
Sure.
I need a Phoebe.
Chandler.
Hmm.
If the Phoebe sucks, I'm gonna be so mad.
I'm out.
I don't have anything else coming to mind either. You have
And you don't know where she might have gone.
Or if she was sweet on any of the other boys in town.
Oh no, she was really sweet only on Billy Ray.
Okay.
Ma'am, I just want to make sure you understand the gravity of the situation here. It's suspected that there is a drug ring in Groversville. And it's also suspected that he was partaking in substances, club drugs, or something. So it's most
Whether
likely
he was aware of it or not.
could be the case that he was being fed it by somebody else for sure. And again, Janie might be compromised. Could be a situation where she's either hanging with the wrong crowd, and that's going to be problematic for her. So we're doing our best to get in contact with her, not just because we got questions for her, but also because I'm sure we wouldn't want anything to happen to her. So I just want to make sure you understand we desperately need to get in contact with her as soon as possible to make sure no harm befalls her. As it is the case, there are homicides involved with this case, and it is a very serious, and the gravity of this situation is quite high. So if you know anything about where Janie might be, we definitely want to get in contact with her and have a conversation with her about the situation.
Mhm. Honestly, you're scaring me some.
Well, I
But
don't
like
mean
I
to.
said, I do not know where she is. Um, uh, she spends time with Billy Ray. She spends time at the reservoir.
Reservoir.
And she
Mhm.
doesn't have a part-time job or go to school?
Oh yeah, she goes to school over at the community college.
Okay. So Reservoir Community College. All right. And if you see her, I'm going to give you my phone number, okay? And I can
His
pick that
cell phone
I can
number.
pick that phone up anywhere I'm at. It's with me right now, and I tap my belt.
Mister, that sounds like magic.
It has definitely made my job a lot easier in the past few years. But you give me a
And it's
call
probably gonna give
immediately, and you tell Janie to remain right here. She's not in trouble. She's not in trouble. We just need to talk to her, okay?
Oh, okay, mister.
All right.
and like really quietly to the other two while he's, talking to Nancy Herrera would whisper, "Yeah, it's probably gonna give him ball cancer."
Hands the piece of paper over to her. Can I just for the lulls? Is there like a perception to like maybe have overheard that? I don't care. I don't care. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's an alertness or something, right?
It's only
I
if he puts
mean,
it
I'm
in
not
his
serious.
pocket.
If you want to let me roll it for funny,
nah,
I'll,
let's let that go.
let's let it slide. I'm totally
Aw,
chill with
okay.
that. I obviously
Dang.
sometimes the bits.
Just let it hang there.
Yeah, that's fine. Just like
Like,
my
The- the-
radioactive balls. um. Okay. So we'll leave her at that. When we get back outside, I'm going to look at Herrera. Find anything?
Yes. Well, let's kind of step away
Yeah,
from
we
the
get into the
house.
car.
Yeah, and I'll produce the journal.
All right. Well, you take a
Um,
gander. I can't read that chicken scratch.
Okay,
so
let's see.
it's there. Yeah, it's there is no handout. Um, so
Lame,
Janie doesn't fill out the journal every single day.
lame.
Uh, yep. But you see entries where she's talking about how bored she is. She talks about not liking to go to school, fighting with her mom. She really loves Billy Ray and writes lots of entries about him with lots of hearts and sparkles. She adds to it little stars and stuff. Um,
just
um,
like John's handouts.
just like John's handouts. That's right. Um, there's an entry from about a month ago where she writes, "Uh-oh, I missed it," and then like a unsmiley face, a frowny face. Um, and then nothing after that.
She gonna have Billy Ray's mutant baby.
Okay.
Well,
You got
could
everything you
be.
need out of that?
Are you gonna burn? Are you trying to burn this?
No. This is a problem, though. If Janie does return back, she's probably going to notice that her little love journal's not there. So, can one of you two others? I'm probably not the person to do it. Can you go in there and just make your way back to that bedroom and set that back where it might have been? Just go in and say, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, I got to pee before we hit the road," or something. I don't know. Make up a
Yeah. I guess she kind of liked me, so I'll do it.
All right. We're good with this, though, right? We're done with it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like she had a scare.
Wait,
And
can I use my forensic skill to see if there's any hidden secrets in this journal?
yes,
Other than her potential
lizard baby.
lizard baby.
I mean, I don't know. There could be like a secret code, or like if you hold it up to the light. Like I'm doing that, you know. I'm
Yeah,
like holding it up
she
to the
wrote
light.
the map to the UFO in lemon juice on the last page.
Yeah, maybe there's like ectoplasm on it. I don't know.
You don't want to know
Ecto
what's in that
cooler.
journal.
I think that's a no from Andy. I think.
Okay. Then Herrera would say, "Yeah, looks like we've squeezed this fruit dry. You can put it back, I guess. That's
I'll slip it into the briefcase
the noble thing
I'm
to
always
do."
carrying around and run back up to the door and knock, sounding a little urgent.
You have no trouble. You know, she looks a little befuddled, but she's looked that way the last time you saw her a few minutes ago. She goes, "Oh, okay, mister, sure." And then she sort of walks away and like sits on a chair and looks out into space.
Wow. This
I
kind of depressing.
will put it back. If it matters, if there is anything else to find in there, as I'm putting it back, I would like to roll a search check, but
In the bathroom, or I'm sorry, in the bedroom.
yes.
Okay,
Just barely a success.
what are you searching for?
I'm just looking to see if there's any other like notes or like addresses scribbled down somewhere.
Not really. No, I mean, there's like maybe a couple of old receipts from the department store where she might have bought some clothes, something like that.
Oh, this is important. I kind of a rewind. I want to make sure that I can get this. Were there any photos of Janie in the house in the room that I was in?
Sure, there would have been family photos of them.
So we're about to drive around town looking for a girl we have no idea what it looks like. But now I've got an inkling.
Good catch. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll put the journal back and scamper back out the door.
Okay, no problem. Easy.
Start the car.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
We can go talk to the mom. We can go check out the reservoir. We can go check out the school.
Above the table, I feel like Mom is a dead end.
Oh, haha.
Not as dead as the dead.
Not as dead as the dead. Oh,
I was
God.
thinking it was too easy. Thank you for grabbing it up.
You.
Appreciate
Freak.
it, Tom.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
But
How
in
you
character,
roll?
I'm sorry.
I'm saying, could all of you roll? Let's see, military science or
Oh.
criminology
Oh.
or
I don't know shit.
bureaucracy.
Oh fuck! I rolled out.
So
I can do bureaucracy.
a
can't
note.
do-
Success!
A note before the
Yeah,
roll. I
thank
would
you.
say that I don't think the mom is as much a dead end as you believe it to be, but
Okay.
I understand why you think that.
It's my emotional response,
Yeah.
not. I don't know why.
My rational response is this lady wasn't very good about her kid, but it could be the case that Billy Ray's mom maybe paid more attention.
Mm.
Again,
Or Janie killed Billy Ray's mom.
yeah. Also,
Well,
if we go there and like maybe
shit.
Janie's there finishing the job, right?
Just saying.
with her.
So Andy, I did roll a 10.
You did roll a 10. Okay, on bureaucracy, perfect. So that's pretty strong. So, Agent Herrera, you would know that it's probably a good idea in terms of protocol and sort of etiquette for law enforcement to visit the county sheriff as you're doing an investigation.
Oh man, me, the person, would have never have thought, oh, we should go to the cops. So I'm glad that
Well, can I
my
make sure,
character thinks
because
that.
again, I don't want to deal with cops in character, but shouldn't we just assume that the FBI have already kind of done that groundwork? No?
I don't think so. No, because we are our own little department right now.
Yeah, but
Um,
but the information they got from the cops, right? Like how did the FBI have that info if they didn't already
No,
talk to the
it's
sheriff?
not that we're giving them info. It's like we're saying like it's niceties. It's
Introducing
bureaucracy.
yourselves
Right.
so that there's not, so what you would know, Herrera, is that like if there are these folks that are flashing badges around town, local
Right.
law enforcement probably wants to know about it and meet the people.
Sure.
Okay.
And I just
So
want to
I
make
would
sure
recommend we do that first.
above table, McMurdy is going to, in character, like as you're kind of talking about it, give in character rationalizations as to why he doesn't want to or why we shouldn't, but ultimately will drive in that direction and go along with it.
Okay.
But he is resistant to it.
Because local cops be nosy.
Fuck cops.
Especially small town ones that have nothing better to do.
For reasons you don't know, because you don't know my backstory.
I mean, it sounds like they got plenty of better things to be doing right now in this town, but yeah, that's...
People getting holes punched in their chest? Yeah, I mean, geez. Eating donuts is what I was
for
going to say.
reasons
Kid
that-
reminds them of donuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
So I
They
think
saw
Herrera
the crime scene and went to the cafe.
is quickly coming to like and appreciate McMurdy, and is like really kind of surprised and put off by his like pig phobia, and so you will notice her kind of shift awkwardly around that conversation. But we'll navigate it, politely, and we'll
Sure.
go to the sheriff.
Yeah, if you think that's best, Herrera, that's fine. You got a cigarette?
Yeah, I'll
Now that
like
we're not in
slip
the
you
car.
a Virginia Slim, exactly.
He kind of looks at it like, and we'll like quickly go through the process of putting the lighter back in where the charger. I know everybody here has done that.
We got dynamite in the car. What are you doing?
He puts the lighter in because we've all done this, right? Like I'm not the only crazy person. You have to take out the charger port. You gotta put in the lighter, and then you gotta light the cigarette. Then put the charger back in.
Mm.
Wild stuff back then, you guys.
Man, don't blow up the car.
He's very tense, and he does smoke his Virginia Slim left-handed, ashing it out the window, very careful to like ash low at the bottom of the window.
This is your chance, Andy, to kill us all.
Yep.
It'll be too easy.
You burn
Have
it.
better ways.
However,
much better
the
ways to
ash
kill you.
does somehow burn a building down.
Yeah, good.
It could.
This could be the whole town of Grover right here. But yeah, we'll go to the sheriff's office first.
Yeah.
Okay. So Grover County.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
go ahead.
Andy. I'm sorry, Andy. Before we
Yeah.
land at the sheriff's, so by now I know that. Oh gosh, why can't I can't remember names?
Camera.
I know. Well, no, not Kamarov. I know that McMurdy is the muscle. I
Yep.
know that Kamarov is the doctor. I would say that to Palmer. I'd be like, well, he's the muscle. She's the doctor. What about you? What's your thing?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea why they called me in here. I'm more of a specialist on death cults. Not so much whatever's going on here, but I have spent a lot of time in school, so maybe they're just thinking I know a lot.
You mean like those Dungeons and Dragons people?
Older than that.
Okay.
Like Egyptians?
Yeah.
I think I took a course on that. Egyptology 101.
You'll see Palmer kind of like look at you very carefully, trying to clock your age, and be like, "Oh no, that wouldn't have been my class. It's fine."
I'm assuming. Okay, so I'm assuming Kamarov is like in the seat that would be behind Palmer, and Palmer's kind of like twisting to look that way, and like while they're doing their nerd off, McMurdy looks in the rearview mirror directly into Herrera's soul, just kind of like, fuck, like God damn it, and then driving off to the cops. If you couldn't make the drive off to the cops any worse, bunch of nerd talk.
This is a very kind of
Yep.
like nerdy group.
It is. I
It's
McMurray-
like
perfect. It's perfect.
McMurdy's a football nerd.
I like it.
He's a football nerd.
it. Also a nerd.
No,
just
yeah,
a
he
different
won't-
kind of
Also
nerd.
He won't call himself that because it's the 90s, but yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
it's not cool
He's
yet.
a man. He
I'm
likes
a man.
football.
I like football. I'm wearing Under Armour. It just came out this year. I literally Googled it because I was like, was Under Armour? I can't remember.
I think everyone was wearing like, I don't know.
It was definitely Champion,
Champion.
Nike,
Yeah.
Fila. Yeah, I went with Champion because I remember having some of them breakaway pants. Anyway,
Hell yeah.
I used to play basketball.
B-ball.
Not anymore.
I broke my middle finger in basketball tryouts.
That's very basketball
I broke a
coded.
guy's arm
I
playing
know.
basketball.
Does McMurdy have one of those sweet Charlotte Hornets starter jackets, like the
No.
pullover one?
He's not a fan of the Charlotte Hornets. No, it'd definitely be Chicago Bulls because he is pretty basic. And it's the 90s, so most people like the Bulls.
I mean, there were a lot of the Charlotte Hornets ones out there at the
Sure,
time.
sure. I think it was later 90s.
Anyways,
though.
to the sheriff.
Sorry.
Nerd.
This is great. It is.
Eat shit, Stranger Things.
The 90s are what's up.
So the Grover County Sheriff's Department is located in Groversville, and the county sheriff, his name is Dan Oakley.
Oakley's.
The,
Fuck, that's the glasses
you-
I'm wearing. Sorry. sorry. So sorry.
Oakley's.
Oakley's. Okay, sorry. I apologize. Go ahead.
Perfect.
So
Yep.
sorry.
Okay. So you enter in, there's a receptionist. You ask to see Oakley, and you're led back to an office. He says, "Come on in. You the folks up from Knoxville?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's what you said. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so glad you checked in here. It's always good that we fellow law enforcement make each other awares of goings on.
Yeah, I'm sure the last thing you guys need right now is a scare about some crazy people flashing badges.
Exactly. So what could I do to help you with your investigation?
We're still trying to get our bearings a little bit here. We know it's been a rough time out here. No other kids have gone missing since Billy Ray, right?
You know, there have been some people who have filed missing person reports now and again, but people typically show back up after a day or two. And so, it could be just someone out on a bender or something like that.
And
And this is all recent.
And, the past month or so.
I'm assuming none of those people have gone on interstate crime sprees.
No, definitely not. That Billy Ray, that's a heartbreaker. He's from a good family.
Yeah, sounds like he was slash is a good kid. Uh, is there any way we could get some of those missing person reports just in case they're connected? It does seem a little weird. Has it been an uptick? Like, have there been more of those in the past month or so than previously?
Um, yeah, there's been a bit more. There's been a bit more. And
Yeah,
we can get you those. We can get you those. Mhm.
Notice any more, you know, arrests or stops or anything that were related to like drugs?
And he looks at you and like you could see he's not mad at you per se, but like he has like an annoyed look on his face and he says, "Yeah, I just get so frustrated when people are saying that there's a drug problem in Groversville because I know this town. There's no drug ring going on here. I know that's some story that's been running around."
Well, I know it's hard for you to, you know, digest that if it does turn out to be the case, though. I just want to make sure that you're ready for that inevitability, or that possibility, rather. Sorry.
Yeah, I certainly don't think it's inevitable.
Oh, for sure, certain, not absolutely not. And I kind of look at everybody else like,
yeah. I mean, we're certainly our hope is to prove that that's not the case, and something from out of town. Maybe Billy went somewhere down the road. Maybe he went to Knoxville.
yeah. Well, I guess the question I got for you, um, main question is, if drugs aren't really a problem around here, what would you say would have led to what happened with Billy Ray?
I can't rightly say. It just seems strange.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
I think he got a bit of the
Uh,
reefer madness myself, but that's after talking to him.
Or D&D.
Well, he messed up with the Dungeons and Dragons.
y'all see that Mazes and Monsters show? That is some scary stuff.
Nah, I used to like Tom.
You-
Or Tom Hanks wasn't a big deal back then. Hold on, that was like his first movie.
Yeah, those cults can pop up anywhere. But hopefully that's not the case here.
Honestly, '96 is probably a little bit past the Satanic Panic. I
Yeah.
guess
Oh,
not.
but the
No.
There was
the people that were
lingering.
into it, the people that are really into it, dug their nails in.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean there were still
All the
people
way.
thinking Magic
Yeah.
the Gathering and
yeah.
shit was
Magic the Gathering
satanic
came out
in
in
'96. Yeah.
'93. Yeah, for sure. You're right. So yeah, I did see
Yeah.
that movie. It's too bad nobody heeded the warning of it back in the '80s. It's wild what happens around these parts. Anyway,
But just so we're not doubling up on anything here. I mean, I'm sure as the sheriff's office for the whole county, you guys have more work than you know what to do with. What have you already kind of chased down, or what are you looking into around Billy's disappearance and some of these other disappearances?
So, like I said, the people that missing persons reports are filed on, it typically show back up again. And in most cases, it seemed like it's probably like person one on maybe the bender or maybe like little domestic disturbance or run away from home, things like that.
So they
Um,
come back in like 2 days.
come back, yeah, they should show up in a day or two.
What do you know about the Allens?
Um, oh yeah, Ross, he's one of the aldermen. It's a pretty important person around town.
Would you say he's a friend?
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Is he there for you?
I was gonna make that joke. Uh, I mean, we're friendly like. I've had dinner with him and Nancy on occasion.
Okay. And Jane, she's one of those kids that goes missing and then turns up.
Yeah, she has a little wild side to her. You know, she hangs out with Billy Ray and sometimes with those other kids up at the reservoir.
Do they mostly stay out of trouble?
Yeah, you know, it's just mostly kid stuff. Do a little drinking.
Uh,
You guys okay over there?
yeah.
I think
Um,
you're dying.
just thoughts. I think. I think we need to get a hold of Janie, but like my character above the table, I just want to mention like he's being kind of aggressive and kind of like forward with the sheriff because he really hates this fucking guy.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to think of like I was going to say something to the effect of like, you know, all these kids just running around wherever they want. The parents are probably the ones who are giving the drugs, something like that. But I was thinking that's probably a little too much.
Probably.
know
Well,
what?
I mean,
Fuck
I
it.
think it's in character
Yeah,
a
he
little
says
bit. You know?
these kids just running around without any supervision. It's probably the parents that are giving them the drugs.
I just disagree, Mister. And folks are good and responsible around here.
Yeah, I mean the unsupervised. I mean, I know in some of those fancy suburbs they're hovering over their kids nowadays, but I grew up in a small town and it was kind of the same thing. But it does sound like might be somebody trying to get these kids in trouble out here.
Listen, it could be. You never know.
Uh,
But
that,
like,
sorry.
maybe you ought to go talk to um, Billy Ray's mom.
Yeah,
You haven't
we
already, you know, before making judgments about that family.
yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not judging the family. We were actually gonna head there after. We wanted to stop by here first, but just one more question about some of those missing persons reports. I know they're not a big deal out here because the people show back up. Are is it kind of like all over the town, different ages, or are they all teenagers like Billy Ray?
Yeah, tends to be young folk. So, you know, like kids will be kids, you know,
Yeah,
teenagers. They'll get
yeah.
wild. I was wild when I was their age. Stayed
Probably
up all
still are,
night
right?
sometimes, and he like,
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
bar down the street, yeah.
or like Reefer Wild, and then Glare.
he takes his head a little bit, like you're
Ju-
like maybe like you're a little bit off, McMurdy.
Oh, I'm judgmental. Like I
Yeah,
am trying to give him like the look of authority.
just
He's the sheriff in town. It doesn't track with him.
I'm
I
FBI.
McMurdy's still trying.
I'm FBI.
know he's still
Do,
trying.
is it all the kids that go up to the reservoir, or is it the in crowd, the out crowd? You know, I know how small towns are. There's
I
all
mean, it's
those
just
cliques.
many of the kids like to recreate.
Hmm. And I mean, I'm sure you don't know everybody that goes up there because then they wouldn't be going there if you knew all of them, right? But the kids that tend to do the disappearing, are they people that go to the reservoir frequently or known to be there?
Could be.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I'm guessing your kind of wild isn't reservoir wild, but just you know. But I do think we were planning to go talk to Billy Ray's mother.
I
I
think
think
that's smart.
I feel like I've taken up enough of your time. I don't have anything
Oh, that's quite
else.
all right. Listen, we want to be able to work together.
Of course. Palmer will look over his shoulder at McMurdy, clearly thinking about asking for a card with the phone number on it, and go, no, never mind. I don't want to get shot.
You know where to find me.
Yeah.
You never still 911.
That
That's
does
a
reach
good
here.
one. You're listening.
Well,
Those
That's
reach
let
good.
me.
here.
That
Okay.
rings bell.
So I guess like what probably we would have done in the '90s is say, can we get the number to the office here?
Yeah,
And we would collect
he would
that.
absolutely give you his card. He's
Okay.
not trying to be difficult.
Mm.
Great.
Unlike some people.
Hey, listen. You're right. And that's
It's
fine.
true. It's true.
I don't like cops.
Out of character, I think it's funny how we've all, whether or not we're necessarily from the South, have adopted Southern accents. I'm
That's
not
what
sure
I
if
was
your
saying in the
character's from
chat.
South.
Like, that's
No,
what I
I
was
was
saying in the chat.
texting.
Like, it just keeps happening.
Yeah, I was texting the whole time. I started off with
Okay.
it. It has manipulated itself into what it is, but at least it's not what fucking Tom's planning.
I've already threatened to become the general store owner for Marshtown
I
here
see.
within a half an hour. That's
Oil shock, y'all.
that's the
Or
real Delta
foghorn
Marine
leghorn.
operation. Is how are people being replaced by ancient prospectors?
Oh no.
Oh my
Not
god!
again.
Do you think Billy was just transmuting into a prospector?
We'll never know now. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
To the Spivey's. I probably pronounced it wrong. Spivey's.
And before you wind up leaving, Sheriff Oakley says, and I suspect you'll be staying in town for a couple days. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
There's
so
there's just the one place here, right?
that's it. Just the one, Merle Shut Eye. It'll do okay.
Merle, run any package deals for the 20 buildings he owns here, or is it piece by piece?
Yeah, it's piece by piece. He's a smart businessman.
Yeah. All right. Well, you try not to get too wild tonight.
And he'll give a little, give a nod.
Where he'll cross his arms and kind of nod in response and then leave. I'm on to you, Sheriff.
Herrera will wink
I
at
was-
the receptionist.
I was gonna play a very awkward, nerdy professor, and then I saw the charisma score, and apparently I'm very chatty.
Suave.
Could be both.
Could be both.
You run games of Dungeons and Dragons. Just don't tell anybody. It's the night.
Yeah, one of the bonds is the school's D&D club.
It's advanced.
Let me tell you about Thaco.
I don't want to know. Anyway.
That's actually one of my two languages.
So we told him where we're going, but do you want to go there or do you want to go to the reservoir first?
Yeah, let's.
What's closer?
Well, I would say I would want to go to the reservoir like on a Friday night.
Okay. It is Friday.
I'm going to be real with you. I am not going to pass as a teenager.
It is Friday.
We do not need to pass as teenage.
It's Friday. It's Friday the 13th.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
And
Yeah, I mean, I think if we go there during the day, I don't think we'll.
I
find
assume it's probably mid-afternoon at this point because we drove here from Knoxville.
Yeah.
Again,
Say
Groversville.
again?
I don't think is Groversville a real place or just made up for Delta
It's a
Green?
made up. It's a fictitious
So
place.
we don't know how many hours it's out from Knoxville, but based on the size of Tennessee and having driven through it before, it's probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We had the morning meeting. It's probably mid-afternoon, getting close to
Yep.
evening time. So
Mhm.
if you want to do the mom situation, yeah, it's probably smarter to do that and then go to the reservoir. But if you want to scout out the reservoir before it gets dark, so we have a lay of the land, it'd be smart to go there now first.
I don't. But I don't know. I mean, but I am not strategic about those things.
Again, we don't know what we're dealing with, but we do know what could potentially, like, basically we have like two levels. We have like the base level of a lady who's sedated and is easy to talk through and sneak around. And then we have like a complete biomechanical death machine that can punch heads off of people and slam through entire counters. So like we don't know what we're walking into when we get into the reservoir situation with a bunch of teenagers there. Like maybe they're all that way and Billy just, wasn't, good at
Billy
it.
just got let loose.
Can we say this conversation is in character?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Well, because then I would think too that maybe his mama is that way too. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
Rather
I mean,
take on
yeah,
one of
like,
them
do
instead
bad
of 20.
Okay. Yeah. That's something I didn't think about.
So
For-
reservoir first to scout then.
Yeah. Let's just take a stroll up that way. We'll look around. Nothing
Mhm.
too deep. Just kind of get a lay of the land. See if there's anything interesting, and then we'll make our way over to Mama's house.
Okay. So you find the way up to the reservoir. You park your truck. Is it a truck or car? You park your car.
It's basically like a big old sedan.
It's a station wagon.
Sedan. Okay. And walk up a path. And there's a clearing. There's some rocks. Then there's the reservoir. There's some benches out there. There's like a built-in metal place where you can grill if you wanted to. And right then it's empty because it's like 4. You said 4 o'clock or so.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. It's empty. There's nobody there.
Makes sense.
Not a bad place for a barbecue.
Yeah. Um, and no like kind of easily distinguishable locations that look like they're kind of heavily used or anything. Just kind of a parky area around a reservoir, right? That's the vibe.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to search it more carefully?
I'm mostly just driving like on the normal thoroughfares.
Oh,
and
if you're
checking.
driving, yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Nothing too out of the ordinary.
Mm-mm.
Tactically, what I'm looking for is like anything like a water tower, anything like high ground that can be kind of utilized to kind of find lights in the dark.
Nope.
No water tower or anything like that.
You would
Okay.
see that it's not very well lit. Actually, it would probably be very dim light in the evening.
Okay. Yeah, but if people are kind of moving around in the woods, they might have flashlights or something. Is the thing like so? Anyway, if there are no high points that are like easily attainable, like a water tower, power thing, like the things, the power,
Yep.
phone
Yep.
lines,
Light.
Yep.
that kind of stuff. There's nothing like that around.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, it doesn't take much to figure out that a bunch of teenagers looking to drink and maybe smoke some pot would want a place that's a little bit secluded and not brightly lit.
This is where they go. Okay.
Can we like stop and look in the water?
If you want to stop, I can park. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's stop where the barbecue and the benches and whatnot are, since I'm assuming that's part of where they're hanging out at. We can see if there are any trails.
I
mean,
also
it
want
has
to
a-
inspect
Go ahead.
the graffiti on the benches.
Okay. So you could take a quick search around and you would see that the water is clear, that there are some scattered cigarette butts around the benches.
Any of them jazz cigarettes or reefer cigarettes?
Yep, you'd find a couple of those. hmm
No.
Mhm. You might find a broken bottle or two,
Do we
beer
got
bottle.
do we got evidence bags?
Sure, why not?
Do you have evidence bags?
Yeah.
I
You
don't
come,
have
yeah.
any on my
Then
list.
then you
but
have one.
sure.
Then you have an evidence bag. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll collect some of that evidence.
Mhm.
This will help our story. I mean, this will help us find the truth of the matter.
Given the benches and everything that are around, I think Palmer would be searching around to look for any kind of symbols or iconography that might indicate something occult, maybe an occult role, even though this may not necessarily be occult.
I love that you're using your anthropology skills. Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking at your sheet. Why don't you give me an anthropology roll?
Just barely a failure.
So I'm gonna actually give it to you because again, so roles. I typically don't want to have roles unless there's some sort of pressure. It's difficult and it's time sensitive. But you're a trained anthropologist, and with a little bit of time, you could suss out some of the markings on there, and you don't find anything crazy at all. Like you might find like Def Leppard and the symbol, like
Somebody drew that one S.
the lightning bolt, right? Is there a lightning bolt? Am I right?
Yeah, for
Yeah. And then there's like, Tammy and Joe, and you even see
Yeah, I was gonna
Billy
guess is there
Ray,
a
Billy Ray, Jane.
BRS
Yeah,
and yeah.
yeah, right, right. So pretty tame stuff. Nothing that strikes you as being like cult like.
I don't know if any of the rest of you are good at snooping around. Maybe they've got a cache of more reefer hidden somewhere or whatnot. Maybe we can see if they have some
So
bad
you don't
stuff.
find too many cigarette butts, or like the place is not a mess. And you
I'm saying,
probably gather that the kids wouldn't probably want their hangout to be too obvious, like with that stuff.
Just like one or two, probably. I'm assuming at most,
Mhm.
but enough
Enough.
to throw it in the sheriff's fucking face.
does it look like
Drugs.
they wander off from here into the woods? Like, are there any paths kind of worn down from people wandering off?
Um, Not really. No, they all look about the same. Yeah.
No game trails or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
No trampled plants leading to a ritual death site?
Wow, that's very specific, Todd. But no, no.
I mean, my character has a certain specialty and an assumption about every.
That's why they brought me in.
Gotta make sure.
Gotta make sure.
We'll head back to the car and head to Mom's unless anybody has anything else they want to get.
Nah, I'm not sure how exactly we're gonna wander around there at night without sticking out like a sore thumb, but at least we know the layout.
I think I got a flashlight in the back.
You gonna tell them a scary story or blind them or like?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them a scary story of how they're all going to jail for the drugs, and then they're gonna
I mean-
sing about Billy Ray and Janny, and we'll find Janny, we'll talk to her, and we'll get what we need.
You don't know how small
Yeah,
towns work,
typical.
do you?
No, I was raised in yeah. No, I don't.
Yeah. They're probably gonna run.
Well,
Just
I could probably run
just
fast.
have your trail boots on.
You know, I have something to say, but okay, so Herrera looks like she has something to say, but she'll hold back.
Okay. Go for it.
Palmer will look to the two in the back seat. Try it. Like, do you think either of you look cool? Do you think you could just wander in there?
No. I think you're right about that.
I say Kamarov's kind of trendy.
Am I?
I don't know. It's the hair, I guess.
I mean, trendier than me.
I don't know what's like out there with kids. You have kids, so maybe you know more about it.
Yeah,
than-
you speak youth.
I don't know that having kids means that I speak youth, but
Well, you've heard them
I could
do
try
it.
talking to them.
You might be able to fake it better than I could. But
Yeah, I guess we'll see what we come up with after we
let's talk to the
we
mom
go
first.
see
Let's talk to the mom.
dear old Miss Spivey.
Can I pull up?
Right.
To get out the MP5.
What?
No. Someone made a joke.
Somebody
possibly
scared us
doing-
into thinking she's
Yeah.
she's a cosmic horror. What else are we supposed to do? We gotta go in locked and loaded.
Well, we don't know that she isn't.
Anything's possible.
We also don't know that Jeannie didn't kill her.
Yep, better bring the shotgun.
She also
Bring
could
the
just be
shotgun.
a normal, regular lady.
And what is
And this
scarier than a
sounds-
small town mother?
No, John.
That's literally the gun. That's the gun that he's got. The MP5
That's
SD.
scary.
Holy
That is
shit.
really
Yeah, it
scary.
comes with an integral silencer, so yeah, it's perfect for uh
For what? Perfect
for
for what?
killing moms in their own house. I was gonna say, but yeah, no, not that. Never that. I'm not getting it out
Yeah.
though.
Yes, correct.
So the Spivey
Yeah.
residence.
Yes.
Yes.
So Angel Spivey lives in a house about a mile south of Groversville. It rests on a smallish piece of farmland.
Park right out front.
How many stories is the house?
2.
Bigger or smaller than Jenny's?
Bigger.
Is it an active farm? Does it look like it's maintained? That
Uh,
or was up until I don't know, a week ago?
So I don't think that the family makes their living from farming.
They might have like a little like stand at the farmer's market or something,
Right.
just
And
to
it's
get rid of
possible
stuff.
it's possible that they did make their living earlier or in a previous generation. Pardon me.
Not a giant cornfield with some crop circles in it. Understood.
Right.
And now they sell drugs. Got it.
I
Could be.
assume that the father worked at Family Video. I'll be honest. That was my presumption.
Wow.
Changed his name legally after watching, Friends. Whatever the
Betamax.
Oh, you are getting the names wrong. It is Janie's dad who is
right.
Ross.
Thank you.
So,
This one is named Chandler.
Billy's dad is Rich.
Oh, we have a real name. Okay, cool. That's important. I'm gonna write that down.
Are you though?
Rich, the deceased
No.
dad of Target.
Billy Rich.
Oh, he actually wrote it down.
Yeah, my notes refer to him as Target.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. You want to take lead, Herrera, or Camera Palmer?
The charismatic
Oh,
Palmer.
Yeah.
I feel like I work
Charismatic
better
Palmer.
when I interject after somebody else is messed up.
Oh wow.
Sarcasm works better that way.
Sharp angle. I understand. Yeah, good
the
point.
cleanup crew.
Okay.
Oh, knock.
And eventually the door opens and there's a woman at the door. Hello? Can I help you?
Badge.
Badge? Okay.
Hi,
Oh,
you're
Badge.
yeah.
yeah.
You're Billy's mom.
Oh, no. I'm Angel's sister, Amy. So I'm Billy Ray's aunt. I'm
Oh.
here with my husband Joe. I'm just staying with Angel. After our loss.
Yeah.
Understandable.
So again, that's Amy and Joe, and Amy is Angel's sister.
And Joe's the uncle.
Joe is the uncle.
We're so sorry for your family's loss.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been such a hard time. The police have been here a bunch, and I know that Angel's tired, but I guess I'll bring her out. You want to speak with her?
If you prefer the open air, that's fine.
No, it's okay. You can come on in.
All right.
You like a cup of tea?
Not really. Not for me.
I have some sweet tea.
I'll take one.
Okay. And so she leaves to get that organized, and a few moments later, you see a woman who She looks pretty much like a mess. Her hair is greasy. She has bags under her eyes. She's been crying. They're red. Then she comes out to talk to you.
She looks just like John, is what I think he's suggesting.
Yeah, I was getting that too. Uh, officers,
Got him.
I was doing it to myself, but yeah.
I answered lots of questions before, but I could try to help you.
Sure. I appreciate it. I understand you're going through a lot right now. Losing your husband to your son, it's gotta be very difficult.
They were my world.
And it all just shattered for no reason, it seems. We're just trying to get to the bottom of this, make sure we understand why, and make sure it doesn't happen to any other families, so nobody has to feel your pain.
I could tell you what I told those other police that came, the county folk.
Yeah, that'd be fine. We probably have some questions of our own, but
Hmm.
whatever you know off the top, that we'll take that.
Hmm. So, way I remember it, Billy Ray went to see his girl Janie. I guess that was on 10, 11 days ago. Um, he left around 9 o'clock at night, like he often does, to see her. But he didn't come back that night, and he came back 2 days later. Um, we were so worried about him. We asked, Where do you been, Billy Ray?" And he says, "What do you mean? I just went to visit Jenny like normal. Came home after." So we were very worried because he didn't seem to understand that time had passed, and then he was complaining about feeling real sick. He no matter what we gave him, didn't seem to make the pain go away, and he would just eat and eat and eat. We took him to the doctor. Didn't see anything to explain what happened. And then he was getting real upset because he couldn't understand what was going on with him, these changes that he was going through. And my husband, Rich, and she pauses, like she's upset. Um, he was just trying to calm him down. He's a good dad. He was a good dad. And Billy Ray just lost it. I heard a scream, and then Billy Ray ran downstairs. She was like, her eyes shut, and she says, "His arm, I can't forget the image. Billy Ray's arm was covered in blood all the way up to his elbow." And then he ran out the house, down the road.
Yeah, that's basically what we were told. Thank you for giving us those details. Now, when he came back, did he smell any sort of way different?
Smell? No, he did not smell different. No.
Now,
What do you mean?
I know from experience that utilizing certain drugs can cause a distortion of time in a person's perception and kind of a desire to do violence. Uh, you you heard of reefer madness?
And she just sort of shakes her head. Somebody says that those county police asked me similar questions. I could just tell you what I told them. I am just certain that Billy Ray was not involved in drugs.
You said he goes up to the
He was,
reservoir a lot.
oh yeah, he goes up there to just hang out with his friends.
Now, if I told you we found evidence that there was marijuana cigarettes being used up there, would that change your perception on it? It may be that you just, I mean, you love your son. You know, it's probably not the case. You're thinking that he's doing anything
I,
untoward.
well, I am surprised to hear that, but I just know in my heart that it couldn't have been Billy Ray.
Well, they're smart kids, it
Couldn't have-
seems, because they fooled the sheriff
Oh,
too.
well, also, um, I wanted to step in my for my colleague here. Maybe it wasn't dosed purposefully could have been that in a moment, spending, one moment with the wrong crowd or the wrong type, that your son was drugged.
And then she sort of looks at you and pauses for a moment and says, I mean, maybe, maybe that might explain why he did what they said he did. He's a good boy. He's never hurt anyone. He loves Janie. And I think that they are making plans. And he just got a job start in a week or so up at the Saturn plant up in Smyrna.
The what plant?
The Saturn plant up in Smyrna.
Hmm.
Dropping
He,
those 90 references left and
yeah, I collected them.
Wonderful.
He was this the first time that he hadn't come back from visiting Janie's and or going up to the reservoir?
I mean, he knows he's supposed to come back home um but the same night. We liked him to come home at least by 2 a.m., but on occasion he's sort of stayed out past.
But not
Never
like
never much
2
worried
days.
about it. No, not never
All right.
2 days. That's he's a good boy. He knows not to worry us.
He certainly does seem like that. Yeah, we're just he never said anything about where he and Janie might go other than the reservoir, did he? Really like to speak
Uh
to her too, and nobody seems to know where she's at either.
no. No, but he says Janie's missing now.
I wouldn't say missing.
I
Just
would.
Her mom didn't know where she was.
Me and my colleague here are of a difference of opinion at current. Um, Agent Herrera here is under the assumption that something might have happened to her as well, Janie. And my colleague,
Lord, I hope not.
same.
She's a good girl.
Because we got some questions for her. Obviously, she was with him when he went missing for those 2 days before whatever happened to him that changed him. So it's very imperative that we get to talk to her and maybe find out a little bit more about what's going on here. But if Herrera is right, then, well, that's the worst.
I hate to ask this, Miss Spivey. Is there a chance we could look through his belongings?
Oh, sure. I mean, you can go up to his room if you like.
Thank you.
And she points the way upstairs.
You don't take anybody
Well,
with you?
I'm gonna stay back here.
Yeah, I would wait to see if Palmer had anything important, like anything like critical to say before I move away.
This might seem like a very strange question, ma'am, and I know it's something you probably aren't super focused on normally day to day, but forgive me. By any chance, was Billy wearing different clothes when he came back, or was he wearing the exact same outfit as he was when he left that night, if you know?
Um, I think he was wearing the same clothes, although he really does like to dress. Like he just wears jeans and like a rock t-shirt of some sort, usually black.
Mm-hmm.
So that's typically how he dresses.
But I guess what I'm getting at is, does he look like he had been missing for 2 days?
Oh, I see. I mean, when he came home, he was kind of in a daze and not feeling very good. Like like I said, he was quite sick.
But not looking like he was lost in the woods for
No,
2 days, or
no. I mean, he knew how to get home. He came home like normal. He didn't, he wasn't like it wasn't like he was out camping in the woods for a week or nothing.
just like he blinked and 2 days passed, huh?
Huh, that's one way of thinking about it. I mean, yeah, I mean it's so strange.
Uh, sorry, I've got a few more questions, or if you guys wanna
Sure.
go look.
Do you want to take somebody with you? Just a second.
Yeah, I'll
Take
take
us.
McMurdy.
Go, officer.
Again, I know this seems very disconnected. We're just trying to get an understanding of what's going on here. Is it true that people have been seeing all kinds of crazy lights up in the sky?
Yeah, you heard about that too, huh? I mean, I don't put much uh, to that bunk.
You haven't seen them?
I haven't seen lights. No. I know that. I know that Groversville has become the butt of some jokes around this region. For that, they say that people are UFO crazy,
Yeah, it's
and
not fair to you
now,
folks, given everything you guys are going through right now, anyways.
hmm absolutely. And now there's that folk that from out of town that are running around with their video camera, putting in everybody's faces, asking about UFOs. I think they call themselves Phenomenex.
I bet they
They're, ru-
got T-shirts as dumb as their name. Am I right?
it is a rather dumb name, but yeah, I mean, you'll probably see them running around town.
Oh, I can't wait. Uh, w- Not that I believe or disbelieve any of the people that have seen those lights. I certainly believe what they saw. But they're like, is there a place they keep saying that they see them, or there a place where there's a bunch of people that have seen them?
I don't know. I haven't really. When I hear that junk, I typically just tune it out.
All right, just I guess one of my thoughts might be that the kids up the reservoir having crazy parties, lights up there. I don't know if that's where people are seeing them. Maybe it's just the kids partying, or if they're just kind of showing up all over town.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know,
Okay,
sir.
that I appreciate you trying. I know you've had some other things on your mind, understandably so.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, McMurdy is ripping things off of the walls, punching through the walls upstairs, looking.
Yeah, what are you doing upstairs? What are you doing upstairs?
Well, again, I kind of want to, since it looks like Zizo's out. Did
Oh
Cameron
yeah, they
have
just
anything
stepped
else
away.
to ask the mom or the uncle aunt combo? Yeah, keep us away for
Yeah,
a
Liz,
sec.
what you got?
Y'all really ask all the questions that I had.
Okay,
Take
so
them
why don't
back.
we cut to the bedroom?
Where McMurdy and
Okay.
Herrera.
Hi.
Ooh, the
Snuggling
bedroom.
on Billy Ray's bed.
Ooh.
It's
Okay.
yeah. There's clothes all over the place. Do they
Typical
have
boy
Axe
room.
body spray in 1996? Gosh, because that
I
what it
don't
would
think
smell
so.
like.
I think it was just Old Spice.
Yeah,
Old Spice.
Old Spice was
Yeah.
the ticket.
Uh,
Oh, that blue
Still
one.
is.
What's that blue one?
that's what it
Oh,
smells like.
Oh,
Bod.
No. Oh God.
Let's find out.
Axe body spray came out in 2002, so it wasn't that.
yeah, that makes sense.
Old Spice would have been the ticket for me. I know that's what I was wearing.
Speed stick.
Speed stick.
Oh, yeah.
Bod spray released when?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If it's a high schooler that's really into rock and metal, wearing the same kind of band T-shirt and jeans, I'm gonna guess there's probably not deodorant in that room.
Uh,
Just don't turn a black light
Yeah.
on in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to roll an investigation roll for any of that.
Mm-mm.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Axe body spray launched in France in 1983.
In France?
En
Yep.
français.
So in the 1990s, popular body sprays included Axe, Dracar Noir.
I remember
Oh
My
Dracar
God,
Noir,
the
but
worst, the
that,
worst.
that was pricey though.
I guess there is an important follow-up question we didn't ask. Did Billy Ray have frosted tips?
No, definitely not.
It's too early for frosted tips, I think.
I think
Like
starting up around it.
late 90s. We're getting there.
Small town, probably not.
Yeah, for
Mm.
sure. Doubly. Yeah, they probably won't get Space Jam until next year. It comes out November 15th. I did
look,
Google it.
Look, man, I think Space Jam, maybe that's what's happening, is they are getting turned into Monstars right now.
Space Jam.
Oh no.
Oh. I can't. Can we search the room instead of me trying to riff on that? Because I can riff for probably days on that
Yeah.
bit alone.
So, I mean, I would want to do like a forensic sweep of this space to look for anything hidden, any clues, a journal.
Sure. Give me a forensics roll. I'm going to give you a plus 20 to it.
Do I need to do anything?
Just roll, and you get plus 20. Like in a 20% better. So you could subtract 20 from that, and you still
That
fail.
would be. Oh man.
Okay.
Just a dumb bitch.
So, looking around, Billy Ray does not have a journal. You can find, let's see, some old comic books, old Sports Illustrated. Under his mattress, he's got an October 1995 edition of Playboy.
Okay.
There's like posters, rock posters on the wall, stuff like that. He's got like one of those quickie photos where you go in and you take the pictures together of him and Janie smiling, and it's tacked up on his wall. And he like wrote on his wall the heart, Billy Ray and Janie.
I take the picture and check the back. Is there anything written on the back?
This
Nope.
is actually hilariously funny. This is on the cover of that Playboy. It says "Women who date women." Does it make you nervous?
Oh
I
my
love that.
god, I was just looking that up.
Oh shit!
Uh,
So I look.
Well, does it?
Herrera looks at that and just starts to sweat.
yeah.
Certainly makes you nervous, huh?
Yep. Me and my roommate.
It's hilarious because they feature Snoop Doggy Dogg
Yeah.
interview.
Oh, the interviews. I mean, I only got it for the reading.
Of course, yeah. I mean, was this before or
Yeah,
after the
'cause
murder
you're-
trial?
You can
You're
get it on
well known
Amazon.
for reading things, John.
You can get it on Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So Palmer and Kamarov downstairs. You see Joe, Angel's brother-in-law, come up to you and say, I think it's getting late. She's answered enough questions. She's really tired. Maybe you ought to go.
Yeah, of course. Not here to make anything worse by far. Let me go retrieve my colleagues and we'll get out of your hair.
I'm gonna do a scan in the regular places where people might hide drugs.
In his room?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't find anything.
All right. I plant drugs. Wait, am I
There's a
but that's
couple
up
of
to you.
roaches.
And
Got
there's-
him.
Yeah, because we're trying to cover this up, so I am going to do that.
Tell me exactly what you're doing.
So I have the plastic bag. I'm gonna go ahead and just set it inside of the dresser, and since I can assume that this house is kind of older, right? I'm gonna, when I hear the sounds of somebody approaching, move over to the dresser and like try and play it off like I'm opening up and searching it.
There's nobody that's coming up in the room. You're left to sort of.
Yeah, it's
look-
just me,
look
if
around.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it! I was hoping. All right, well then I pull it out. And
I mean,
say, we found this, and then.
Okay, so you go downstairs and you say,
Oh no! I look to Herrera and say, I mean, I don't think it's worth addressing it with the parents, but we can tell law enforcement that we found this here. They must have missed it in their search.
Wait, missed what? What was it?
Bag with the spent weed that we found at the park.
Are you planting drugs on
We are
this child.
supposed to be covering this up. That's our job. Yes, that is what I am doing.
I mean, Herrera is like, okay, whatever, fine.
I don't like it either, but it's better they know
I
this
feel-
than whatever the truth is.
I feel disgruntled by the magazine and also by not finding anything useful. So Herrera's like, whatever.
He kind of
fine.
like is the disgruntled by the magazine clockable?
I don't know. I think you would have to be dialed in to being gay in the 90s
Yeah, I don't
to
think
get what she's looking.
I don't think McMurdy's thinking that you're looking at that specific little phrase on there and thinking about that. I think you're looking at the mostly naked woman on the cover of that Playboy.
Sure.
Yeah.
You might read that way.
He kind of throws over like a blanket over it to protect your modesty.
Thanks.
Because he's a good guy.
And I hope you would put it back under the bed.
Nah.
Poor mom. One more slap.
I mean, I'm not telling her about the drugs because I think she'll overreact. But
Palmer
honestly, maybe
will,
that's what we kind of want, actually. I don't know.
Well-
let's get out of here.
Actually, I'll take your lead on it, Herrera or Palmer. If you two want to tell her that we found this in his dresser.
I don't want to tell her anything.
Same.
They're already
I think
getting a
we
little.
let her sleep.
They're getting a little antsy about us being here, and if we need to get any more info or dig around some more, probably don't want to burn that bridge quite yet. So let's head
Sure.
out.
I'll hold it if they ask. I'll hold it like I'm walking out with it. I won't bring it up. I'll just kind of like walk out with it in hand. If they ask about what's that, I'll comment on it.
Like as we're on the path, like moving out towards the car, Herrera would say, "Don't worry, McMurdy. You can probably just plant it on the girlfriend later."
Sure. Surprised
If we find her.
there wasn't anything like this in the green box for this kind of specific contingency.
They probably figured we could find something for it.
Yeah, a small town like this, it's probably rife with lettuce.
They don't have anything better to do.
100%.
Rife with lettuce.
Just like a Subway sandwich.
They put too much damn lettuce. Subway sandwich.
We should probably go to one of Merle's 45 businesses to get our rooms for the night, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting the feeling that the reservoir tonight's probably a good guess, but let's
I'm on board.
keep our eyes on the sky too.
The sky?
The lights.
There's been a lot of lights going.
Well, I mean, people are saying that, but if they're high out of their mind, couldn't it just be...
Then we can verify whether they're actually happening or it is a reefer-induced hallucination, mass hysteria.
Well,
It
what
could
else?
be both.
Oh, look at Bummer. That's what it is.
Then, I mean, I'm not going to indulge, so if I see them, then we got something else we need to
No.
look into.
Even if you see him, that's what it is.
Oh,
You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
yeah, sorry.
All right. I'll secure the
There could be a
evidence.
new military base around.
True. I'll secure the evidence in the back, and then we'll drive off to the hotel. Right? What was it called? Something stupid.
Merle's shut eye.
That's right. Merle. Yeah, you got a lot of businesses, but not a lot of originality, my guy. Does he own the Family Video? You would have named it Merle's
Nope.
Family Video.
He owns the Country Bunker, the only establishment in Groversville that allows liquor license, and Merle's Auto and Body.
So you can't even buy liquor at Liquor, Guns, and Smokes?
What?
There's a place called Liquor, Guns, and Smokes.
There's a place called Liquor, Guns, and
It
Smokes.
was literally where my eye went to the first time. Like, I like most of those things.
Merle probably got it shut down.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a-
It's
They
just a
took
shit.
his liquor license.
Hold on, I'll screen.
Well, there's a
Fucking
difference.
Ross probably pulled it for him.
It's
Well,
a
I mean, there's like selling liquor at a liquor store, and then there's like serving liquor.
oh, serving
like, at
liquor,
a bar.
serving liquor. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're right. So it's the only bar in town. It's
Mhm.
liquor, guns, and smoke.
Right.
That's just gonna be like you're buying a bottle. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm on
Right.
board.
Closed only.
Right.
Fair.
And then you head over to the taxidermy shop and you're good to go.
Yeah, you got all the things.
All the things you need.
You
That
need-
is still on my list.
You need a good throw pillow that happened to have been a squirrel at one point. And,
Or a missing teenager.
Do you really think that's a possibility? Is there
I
any
gotta
trouble
go.
checking on the shut-eye?
Not at all. So it is a smallish 12-room motel. You see a couple cars in the parking lot, but the receptionist gives you, will give you room. How many rooms do you want? How many rooms do you want there,
Yeah.
officers?
Four.
Four
World
rooms?
famous Merle here? Are you Merle?
Merle. I'm Merle. Oh, you're a kidder. Because this is like a teenage girl. And no, sir. Merle Barn. He is the owner of this establishment and a couple
Everything.
others. He's the richest man in Groversville. She says.
More important
and
than the alderman, it seems like.
he's the head of the board of aldermen. On top of that,
Makes sense.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry. Yes, 4 rooms.
4 rooms. And he gives you the keys to the room. And when you each go into your rooms, if you decide to go into them now, you see it's like some pretty basic motel fare. Although you do see beside each bed a little box with a slot for a coin.
Oh yeah, gonna have a party in here.
I'm gonna go through a redress and just kind of put like everything that I feel like is in the bag and not on my person yet, making me more tactically ready. So the 357, I attach a flashlight to. I attach a flashlight to the MP5. Combat knife on the person now, and like I'm kitted and ready to go.
So is all this visible to the public?
When I'm inside of my room.
Oh, and inside of your
And
room.
I would have
Okay.
taken the dynamite out of the car and brought it to my room.
Okay, along with the whiskey.
And I would safely... No, I do not touch the whiskey.
Okay.
In fact, I forgot about the whiskey. So, I'll be honest. If
good.
I didn't even take it from the green box. If somebody else did...
Okay. No, it might still be there.
Did anybody else take it?
Don't gotta replace it if we don't take it.
Yeah, Herrera would have grabbed it.
Herrera's got it then.
Well, would have grabbed it and put it in your car.
Well, then
It's in the car.
I see it in there and I'm just like, and like a snake. And
It's
I'll-
the dynamite and
Put
books.
it-
Oh no, that's too classy for this place, Liz.
It's the best I could find, okay?
Wow.
No, I think that's pretty good. Did any of you ever see the X-Files episode where they're
Yes.
each telling different stories about the same experience?
The vampire.
And then there's exactly, and then there's you put the
yeah.
coin in, and it's the massage bed.
Yeah.
This
And
is
Mulder.
that,
Mulder was on it while
right? Exactly.
because they can't just vampire them. They don't have like special powers, so they have to drug them first. And,
Right. Well, this is the exact that room is exactly what I'm placing here.
Love
Some like
it.
really small town, cruddy-ish, room. That's probably too big a bed.
Yeah. Well, it was like all the pictures that I'm able to find are like 2 bedrooms or like it looks way too flashy. Where the fuck did you find that one, Tom?
Naughty fine.
Professional Google.
I used Google.
I'm paid
Yeah,
to professionally Google.
That is so good, Tom. That is with the
Fair.
wood too. Oh, that is so good.
And the drapes probably actually match the bedspread. That's what I'm imagining.
Somehow this photo is apparently from 2014.
What?
So
With that I guess that CRTV does look like it's from like
There
the
are
early
some
2000s.
fucked up motels in this country.
It's true. I've stayed in a couple.
I assume we're gonna wait till it gets dark and then head to the reservoir.
I want to start building like before, like as we're waiting for it to get dark. I want to start building like a yarn and like thumbtack, you know, like diorama on my above my headboard in my shitty motel room.
All right. Hold on a second. I'm interested that you say that.
Ooh.
It was
just make
Pepe Silva.
second here. Okay. All right. So I'll just move us over to this map so you could have like just a feel for it.
Okay, so that's what I start putting up.
Okay. But yes, okay, great. So you're starting to put up your yarn theory board, theory crafting going on. Okay. Talk us through it.
It's sparse. I know that Janie and her boyfriend are connected. I know that they are connected to the wait, is the college here? No, it's not, right?
No, it's not in Grove. It's a county college, so it's outside of
Ah.
Groversville. Yeah.
Okay. Then and so is his job, right? It's in
So
another town.
yeah, so he has a job lined up at the Saturn plant in Smyrna, Georgia, which is not too far away from Groversville.
Then I don't really have a lot of connections. It's just those two families that are connected.
And how are they connected?
By a possibly unborn lizard baby.
Yeah.
Janie and the target were in a relationship. Yeah.
Or are.
They
Well,
could still be dating. We haven't found her yet.
Long distance.
He's going to be put into an FBI facility specifically designed to find
Listen,
out what's going on wrong
McMurray,
with him.
And she
This would
might
not be-
also join him.
That is true, and it's not going to be the first time somebody has written letters to somebody in prison. I know this isn't a
Palmer.
prison per se.
I don't think you understand. That boy is probably going to get cut on and dissected. They're going to try and figure out.
And that doesn't mean she's not going to send letters to where she thinks he is.
It's hard for a relationship to be one-sided with a corpse.
Well,
listen, McMurray, I've had some students that have been very obsessed with certain types of people in certain places, and they don't get responses
like
back. But that only
down, and this ain't getting us nowhere. So Herrera, how would you like to proceed?
they're also linked to the reservoir.
That's right.
Can we talk to the girl at the front desk?
Sure.
What's her name?
Phoebe.
Is it Phoebe? She's not important. God damn it.
I didn't actually like her, so
her middle name is not Merle, by the way.
You didn't like her?
Yeah, we were supposed to like the Phoebe. I didn't like the Phoebe, learning that
You
that
don't
was
like
the
anybody,
Phoebe.
McMurray.
No, out of character.
I'm writing this
You
down
don't
to
like
make sure I
anybody, John.
Oh,
Still
no.
works.
I mean, I guess I would do like a quick interrogation of Phoebe about like, what do you know about Janie? What do you know about
Oh, I mean, I see her
Queen.
I seen her sometimes up at the reservoir. Where we kids hang out there.
and what are people saying now that she's missing?
Missing? I didn't know it was like that. Sometimes she run off and spend time with Billy Ray, or she stay out late at night.
But for
But she,
several days.
oh, I did not know that. I haven't seen her much of the reservoir, but I'm busy here working and things like that.
Were you friends with Janie?
I mean, not friends, friends. We're kind of more like what they say, acquaintances.
And what about her boyfriend, Billy Ray?
Yeah, I know Billy Ray. He just like Janie. We're not friends, friends, but I've seen him around. He seems like a nice boy. They seem real sweet on each other, and I
Have
kind
you
of think he's cute. But they're
have you
together.
seen anyone strange uh, coming around town or hanging around the reservoir?
I mean, this is a motel, so like sometimes we get strange folk come here, stay by the night. We don't
You got any
we
of
don't
those
we don't
phenomenatics or whatever dumb name they've been calling themselves here?
phenomenatics.
The UFO people.
Oh, phenomenatics.
I some
I mean, no, but I mean, in the last month or so, there have been some people talking about UFOs here. I have never seen none.
you know where they've been seeing them?
Where they've been seeing them? No,
Yeah,
sir, I don't. I mean, people say lights in the sky sometimes, but I have never seen none.
it's a big place, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, but it's nice. This is home.
Sorry, I just saw the room that Liz posted.
Ugh,
that's
yikes.
that's 20 years too soon.
2 beds. Yep,
Yeah, they would have changed the paint from lime green to wood panel.
yep.
I think that's just the color of the film.
Oh, maybe.
Well, also
Everything looks sort of
disgusting.
lime green.
What we're working to help find Janie. Something terrible has happened to Billy Ray.
But
In
what? What do you mean?
it seems like he was exposed to some kind of drug, and it left him violently sick,
Mm.
changed.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of like hard drug use around here. I mean, sometimes people will sort of up at the reservoir smoke a little pot, but
Oh,
that's
don't say. Oh God.
I'm not
No,
there.
look at McMurdy.
I'm not there.
what am I
Oh,
looking?
okay. McMurdy's not
What
here.
what
Okay,
I
never
do?
mind. No, never mind. McMurdy's not there. Then
Yeah.
I wouldn't react that way.
Well, some people will lace that sort of thing with other things,
Wow,
and you won't
that's
know. That's what
uh,
we're trying to figure out and prevent other people from
um,
falling into the same potential.
I don't know anything about that officer, ma'am. But that is scary. It'll make me maybe think twice. Maybe.
Just keep track of yourself for a little bit till we figure this out.
Okay.
If we head up to the reservoir to investigate, any tips on what we could say to the other kids to not scare them too much and maybe to get
Um,
them to cooperate?
I mean, like adults don't come up there so much. If we're getting too loud, or maybe there's a big fire up there, we have that like they'll come and ask us to break it up. But I mean, I guess as long as you're polite, maybe they won't. They'll be okay. Um, I mean, you're not going to arrest anybody, right? I mean, they're just kids having fun.
We're not here to arrest anyone. I mean, we're not here to arrest teenagers. We're here to protect you as
Mhm.
best we can.
Mostly
Okay.
investigating right now.
Mm. Yeah, I don't. I guess it'll be okay. Just just Yeah, don't arrest them. Be nice. They'll be nice to you if you're nice to them. They're good folks around here.
Okay, let's head out.
So let's say this point, it's let's say getting close to like maybe 9 o'clock. McHurtley, okay. 9 o'clock on a Friday night, so maybe the perfect time to be up at the reservoir when the teens will be hanging out.
Put on shoe black. Like
Do you really?
a ball.
Oh my God.
Get the shit out of them.
What the fuck are you kids doing? Tell me you do drugs. I do drugs. I knew it. You're all busted. Get in the paddy wagon. We're taking you
God.
downtown. Tell the sheriff what you told me. You tell the sheriff. All right, cover it up. Success.
McMurdy, maybe you need some of that.
Wow.
I
I
don't.
think
You're
that
guilty.
McMurdy is a little tightly wound.
I don't touch the stuff
my
myself.
Maybe you should.
Clearly.
I used to.
Maybe you need to get back on that.
No, absolutely not. Never. But yeah, I'm ready to go.
This is what happens when you do zero weeds.
I was joking. Yeah.
This is what happens when you do negative weeds.
0% gay.
Weeds.
So, if we're going, like, do we want to park further away and make our way on foot? Because a car pulling up, they might see it and see adults getting out and be like,
I mean, I guess play it by ear. I mean, if there are other cars driving that far up, then
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're worried about getting busted. As we've seen from, McMurdy, you've been very annoyed by the sort of relaxed attitude of the people in this town towards the recreational alcohol and drug use of their youth. So I don't think they'll be that scared to see us, honestly.
I mean, they might be scared to see McMurdy if he pops out of the car with all that gear on.
No, I don't have my
Yeah.
gear on. I mean, I've got
Okay.
my. Yeah, I was joking about the balaclava and the shoe black and all that.
Well, any of us would be scared to see McMurdy popping out at night.
I'm a little scared right now.
I grab out a ghillie suit and I'm
Me
just
too.
like, yeah, I'm gonna get these kids. No, none of that. Yeah, I'm just dressed in normal, and the HK will be in the car, in the front, but not like I'm not taking it with me.
Sure.
I did not know what a ghillie suit was until right now.
Yeah, it's a sniper
really?
suit, camouflage.
Scary.
Onward and upward.
Okay, so you drive over to the reservoir, and you hear some talk in the distance as you're walking up the path, and you hear music. So like
Is it Shania Twain?
Is it Black Sabbath?
Shania Twain. No, it's not Black Sabbath. You're more
No,
likely to hear Shania Twain than Black Sabbath. Some. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had made a playlist, but it was all like horrific. So never mind.
Is it Corn?
Corn.
Some things like that.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Hold on a second.
new metal, rap metal.
Oh hell yeah, Limp Bizkit. Fucking kill these kids. Spare them a life of sorrow.
Dixie Chicks.
I wish some guy would have walked up on me and just.
I mean, yeah, Dixie Chicks would be cool.
Yeah, well, yeah.
A little crazy town.
Instead of Goodbye Earl, Goodbye Merle.
Got it. That's what they're singing along with it because they all hate Merle just like we do. He's a capitalist piece of shit and he's taking everything. This lovely town. He's sucking it dry. We're on the same page.
Oh, I don't recognize any of the music.
So let's see. September 1996, the top 100 song was the Macarena.
They're probably
Fuck
not doing
yes!
You know what?
They're not- You know what?
We have to-
Actually, let's say that there's a radio playing and there is the Macarena, and you see 3 or 4 girls that are dancing together while like boys are standing around in a
we gotta burn this place
semicircle,
down.
smoking and drinking a little bit.
You know, in hindsight, '96 was baller as hell, dude. The Macarena,
Yeah.
Space Jam, fucking Under Armour came out. I mean, this is the year '96. That's what we need. '96.
McMurray, you know how to do that dance?
Yeah, you know how to do that dance?
Fuck no. I've heard about it. They did it at a ball game one time.
So, what are we? What's the plan?
We're gonna walk up there and talk to some kids.
Gonna start yelling at them about drugs?
If they have drugs, we could. I mean, if you think it helps the story.
Maybe don't lead. With
Maybe we
that.
focus on investigation tonight
I'll hold
and
back.
worry about cover after.
I'll
I
hold
mean,
back.
if somebody's being rude, then you can bad not a cop them.
I don't want to hit a kid.
But you probably
But you
will.
will. Okay, so you're hearing music, you're hearing like some laughs. There's some girls that are trying to do the Macarena. Some of them have like maybe like cowboy boots on or something. And like I said, guys standing around in a semicircle, looking kind of like this is so lame. Um, okay, you're up.
Smoke a cigarette and just kind of
Got a light.
yeah, ask maybe one of the guys if they have a lighter.
They see you coming, and they like everything sort of stops. The girls stop dancing, and
All of them?
everybody, and they just sort of stop and they look at you. The boys like you see like hand go behind the back, and you know that there's like a beer bottle. And like or like a lit cigarette or whatever they're smoking. Also, they're kind of like putting it down by their leg or like maybe putting it out on a boot or something.
We all die of cringe in this moment.
Mhm. But what could? Are you the police? One of the girls says.
No,
You
well,
look like the police, especially that one. Points to McMurtry. McMurdy.
Oh, she's no
I-
police. She's a doctor.
McMurdy.
And he
yeah,
replies,
don't worry about him.
I ain't a fucking cop. To the kid.
She doesn't
Have
say
y'all
anything to
seen?
that.
I don't care about any of the drinking or the smoking. Have fun. Y'all seen
Are
Janie recently?
who are you? Who are you?
Name's Kameroff. We just haven't. Her parents haven't seen her recently. We're just making sure she's okay. Figured
You're
you kids would know if anyone were to know. She's not in trouble.
No. It's,
Not the chair line.
uh, um, no, I haven't seen Jane in a couple days. She comes up here a lot, a lot. She's up here, a couple times a week usually.
But you haven't seen her recently?
No, haven't. I just figured she was hanging out with Billy Ray.
Well, we know where Billy Ray is, and she's not with him, unfortunately. We just want to make sure she's okay,
Where's Billy Ray?
He's in Knoxville.
Okay, that's strange.
He
He's
ran
really
off.
sick.
He's
Oh.
sick. Yeah.
He's really sick because we suspect of something he may have taken, something stronger than pot or beer. We're looking for someone that stands out here, like us, someone who doesn't belong, maybe.
Someone who doesn't belong. I mean, you're not from around here.
Right, someone like us that doesn't belong.
Hmm.
But that's shown up in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
there's been that that van that's going around sticking their camera in everyone's faces, giving their cards out, and just being all bothersome about these UFOs. I think that's crazy talk. And he's like, just hold on. And he's so hold on a second. I think I might have one of those cards. And she reaches
Yeah.
into her jean pocket and hold on a second. And shows you this.
Just above the table. I'm sorry. Carson Cola is like the most villainous name.
Especially with the name
Okay.
Frank.
Oh yeah,
Can I keep
that guy
this?
was yeah,
Hold on, put
sure.
it
I
up in
mean,
real life
yeah,
right now.
I don't know why I don't want it really. Just it was just talking, asking folk about UFO stuff and giving out this card, asking people we wanted if we know anything about it. I mean,
Mm,
I don't like that stuff. It's turning the town into butt of jokes all around the region. Make us seem like we're just some hillbillies who don't know nothing.
right. Well, don't seem like hillbillies. Just seem like teenagers having fun. Well, I'll take a look into this Frank guy. See if we can figure out if he has anything to do with the drugs or maybe Jeannie going missing. Last thing we need is teens getting snatched up by weirdos.
I mean, yeah, you got to be careful these days. They're kind of creepy dudes. Got to be, it's good advice.
Mhm.
We don't we all come here with our guys though, and he points to the group of guys that are sort of warily watching you, not wanting to
Mm.
talk to
One
you.
of them bowing up on McMurray.
Oh no.
Any of the guys, anyone here, seen the lights before?
I don't think so. No, we don't. We haven't seen those lights. Those. Sometimes, like there's this one guy who has this like this call-in show, local call-in show, and sometimes people will call in and say they saw lights, but they just seem real wacko
Where are they
What's the
seeing
show
him?
called?
in the sky, in the sky.
What's the show called? And what station?
And she would tell you the show. It's the Darren Jones show on
Midnight Madness on
W
1630.
WJGV,
WJ.
Groversville's best.
WBBL. I mean JGV.
Not WUFO? That's so weird.
A little bit too on the nose.
They got time to rebrand it.
Yeah, once it started picking up some traction.
Well, we've got a couple more, pins for the board.
Sure do.
I'm just waiting for McMurdy to yell at somebody. That seems to be how we close every one of these.
No.
Oh, no.
No. Hey, I didn't yell at the Janny's mom.
I mean,
What?
you did kind of scare her.
Yeah.
You did kind of. This is the gravity of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to. I was trying to make sure she understood we were there for a reason.
We're here to help your daughter, you drug addict fuck.
You fucking drug addict old lady.
Wow.
Slap her about the face. Where are your drugs? I gotta show him to the sheriff to prove he's an idiot. That wasn't what happened, okay? And that's not the way we're gonna remember it, neither, okay?
I'm remembering it.
So,
Are we
I
done? I mean, do we have any remaining questions?
yeah, I was just hopeful she'd be here, but she's not. I mean, I scan the area. I'm looking, and if it's dark, I'm gonna pop the flashlight and just kind of like.
It's
do a
not
quick-
dark. You could see faces. It's,
Sure.
Yeah.
She's not here.
Someone
she's
probably
not.
has like their headlights on and on
Yeah.
the
Right.
car or
Something.
something.
There's a fire going, probably.
Yeah.
Y'all know any of the other places Janie hangs out? Just trying to make sure she knows where Billy's at.
Yeah, I mean, if she's not home, she's usually with Billy. And she'll spend time. I think she goes over to that community college. I think she's studying cosmetology. Um, so she spends time over there. But that's a couple towns over.
Well, I don't know about you three, but I ain't eating all day.
Yep.
I could eat.
You just get room service
So-
back at the hotel.
Room service. So you end your day one back at Merle's Shut Eye.
Well, I would
Anything-
want to go. Wait, isn't
ahead.
there a diner?
Sure.
I would want to end our. I mean, I want to go to the diner and like. Or are we getting like end of day? Like this is the end of
Yeah,
the session,
it
so
would
we
be-
have to end
Well,
the day.
so we're at 9:57. So I just want to be mindful of the
And
time.
in game, we're probably close to that time as well, because he said
right.
that it would have been 9 when we made our way up. Probably takes about 20
Yeah.
minutes to get there, 10 minutes to get there, and then
So can we end like us eating dinner at the diner?
Sure.
Because at the start of next session, I do want to interrogate the waitresses.
So we'll still be on day one.
Is that
Um,
okay with folks or no?
I don't
Yeah,
care.
that's fine.
Sure, whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can do what you want.
Why are we interrogating the waitress?
Oh, because waitresses know what happens in a small town.
They do got that goss.
That's
Do I
what
do I clock
an
this?
investigator would do.
Do I clock this?
And we can see the fights at the Waffle House.
Yeah, it's RR Diner though.
Except at this fight, like everybo's fucking like bludgeoned to death.
Yeah,
by,
they're all
Superman.
superhuman mutants.
by alien superhuman.
Jesus fuck.
This
Actually,
guy's
the
killed
whole
20
town
people
is
today.
superhumans now.
McBurney's just trying to shoot kneecaps to survive. Fuck, I hope this fucking works.
Sorry, I'm sorry I spoiled the next session. My bad.
Okay. That's the next session, everybody. So you better tune in.
Herrera orders a wedge salad and a Diet Coke.
What kind of a salad?
A wedge salad and a Diet
A
Coke.
wedge side Diet Coke. Okay.
Nice.
Murray gets the burger and fries.
Of course.
All right.
The
Are we putting in our
the,
orders?
sure. The waitress brings over your salad and a bottle of ranch dressing.
Classic.
I miss the 90s. Ranch dressing.
Is this secretly a Perkins, a Denny's, or a Waffle House? I think is the important question.
No,
Yes.
it's one
Oh,
of those
definitely not a
small-
Denny's.
It's
There's
one
no
of those
Denny's
small town
in
diners.
Podunk Town.
Yeah, they don't have the Hobbit meal that doesn't come out for a while, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh god damn it! Fucking
Not
Hobbit
again.
I
meal.
bit. I saw the bait, but I just snatched it up.
I got nothing else. Palmer will probably be staying up most of the night staring at the sky.
Well, we're gonna do the
Suspiciously.
diner session beginning next time. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Closing it
Thank
up.
you, everyone, for playing, and we will see you next week for session 2 of Built to Green.
See you then.
Bye.